Hey, what up? What up? What up? This is my first live show, and we were talking backstage before we even got started, and Nick was telling me his background and how he got hooked up with Gabriel Delato and Scott's Collectibles. So if you want to continue, I am absolutely interested in this.
Well, it just first of all, hello to everybody watching. It just boils down to that I'm a very good-looking, charismatic man that I can charm my way into. That's it. No, I mean, all joking aside, through this YouTube thing, I guess we all started around the same time, COVID time.
Yeah, basically.
I've been back and forth with my collection. I think this is the fourth iteration of my collection. I'll collect for a year or two. I'll get sick of stuff, keep the essentials, and then start all over again a couple years down the line. But this time with the YouTube thing, and having met Mark from Legion of Comics, he had Big Time Collectibles as a sponsor, and finding out Big Time Collectibles is here in North Texas, about 40 minutes from me. The owner Nelson said, if anytime you want to come by for a tour, come by. So I wound up going by, and I said, listen, I'm too much of a geek to let this opportunity pass by. Anything you need help-wise, I will do. I'll go there. There were times where I would shirk off my real-life work duties and go and bag and board and hang out with the guys a couple times a week. And then Nelson runs, it really is like a familial atmosphere. Everybody has lunch at the same time. One person will cook, one person will do the dishes. Just like a real family atmosphere. So I've been hanging out there for the past couple years. And through there, one of the guys I met, Ryan, had asked me if I wanted to work for Scott's Collectibles, handling an artist, taking money, setting up, helping them set up for the bigger Fan Expo conventions. And I agreed to for this past Fan Expo in February in MegaCon for Florida. And it just so happened that the gentleman I was handling was Gabriel Delato, who was first time in the U.S. You said 14 years,
like
Chef?
14 years.
14 years. So there was a lot of pressure.
I can believe
handle the guy in such a way where he'd want to come back to the U.S. and not cause a major financial mistake. So it wound up working out well, and I just worked Dallas this past June. I'll be on the way to Toronto, and I'll be on the way to New York Comic Con later in October. So.
Yeah. I remember when you were in Orlando, and I think you did a stream or something, and you ran into John Jang.
John Jang. We were I was doing with the homies DJ Links. We have a show which is on hiatus right now for the summer.
Yeah, he told me.
Yeah, we do a show every Friday night, 9 p.m. Eastern. We just talk about the stuff that happened previously in the week. And it happened to be that Friday night. I was hanging out in the lobby on my phone. And John Jang walked by.
Yeah,
I felt bad afterwards because I kind of didn't let him know he was in front of 30 or 40 people at the time.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm still making it up to John. But yeah, John's a real good guy. He's the homie. And
how well do you know
him? Well enough. I see him at a few conventions.
Oh, okay.
I wouldn't say he's a buddy, but
you know him when you run into him.
Oh,
should he need
oh my God, he's flexing on us.
Should he need anything at a convention? I'm his guy. I'm his gopher. So
see, he hasn't announced if he's doing New York yet.
I would say John does a majority of the conventions. I would say that he is. He is.
All right, cool. Because I'm looking forward to him too. I always hit his booths up.
Yeah. John, you can talk about anything with John: basketball, comics, sneakers, anything in my wheelhouse. I can talk to John about. So that's my boy Angel. What's up?
Yeah. So, all right, Chaga,
Yes,
how long have you been drawing?
since I was like 12 or something like that, but I just like because of school and everything, I just stopped doing it. And when COVID time came in, I just started drawing back again. And I started experimenting with colors. I Back then I only used the pencils and that was it. But then I got into markers, watercolor, acrylics, all those kinds of materials.
Hmm.
Who's your favorite character to draw?
I like four of them. Actually, this is the one. Let me take this off. This is the I made it. So these are the characters. That's supposed to be me. And I like Spider-Man, Bane, Spawn, and Venom. So those are the ones that I enjoy drawing them.
Mhm.
And then
You
little bit of,
absolutely blessed me with that Miles Morales.
oh,
Yeah, I
I
love that
love
one to
that
this
one.
day.
Yeah. I wasn't gonna send that to you because I really love that cover.
Ed, you had you
I had
you
to
hold
twist
out?
your arm for it.
you holding out on
Yeah,
a
I know.
Miles cover?
Say that again?
No, Ed's holding out on a Miles cover that I haven't seen.
Yeah, you've seen it every time.
Yeah, you've seen it.
Come here. I showed it off on the first episode.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've seen it. You've been in the comic book room every time you come to visit me. It's up on the wall.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, you've seen. You probably just weren't paying attention.
No, I got.
That's how family does you. Even though I look, I love my cousin dearly. I say this all the time. I to all of my cousins and everything. My running joke is, and a lot of truth is said in jest, but I love all of my family. I just don't like all of them. There's a difference between the two, and there's a handful of cousins that fit both categories, and she happens to be one of them. So I'll crash out for her any day. But
As long as when she leaves, all of your comic books are still there, then you can't really get that mad at her.
nah, see, we're because here's the thing: if she clips me, and she's seen all of the boxes of books that I got, so there'll be times when she comes and visits or whatever, and I'll be like, "Hey, help me bag and board some of these and everything," and then I just let her go through a whole lot of them, be like, "Whatever you want, you can have."
He gave me a couple really nice Spider-Man covers. Them Delato Spider-Man covers were fun.
Yeah.
I was just looking at them. I was going through them. So yeah.
But I keep it to a limit because if you're giving it, they'll take a mile. Yeah, she'll.
I'm trying to take that whole box. I want that whole
she'll
Spider-Man.
jack me for some shit. So, Nick, I wanted to ask you. Well, I saw when I sent you the Scotty Youngs or whatever, because you were the first one to ever give me an AOK with that Delato signature that I was not expecting.
Mm.
So yeah, you put me on an assignment because Delato to me is like Scotty Young to you.
Yeah.
And yo, dude, I went on a hunt trying to make up for that Delato. And when I found a Scotty Young, I'm like, all right, it wasn't the modern Scotty Young artwork that he, the children like drawings that he does, the artwork now. So I was like, I got it, and I'm like, damn, I hope that he likes this.
No, like you said, you called it an assignment, and I would have to give you an A++ because I didn't have that creature from the Black Lagoon.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing about it is, when you go to buy it on his site, those are usually the signed copies are usually like $35,
Mm-hmm.
which is okay. I mean, it is what it is. But for me to pay that extra $10 in shipping, that's what really irks me.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't have that one. I have the Dracula one. I have the Frankenstein one, and he's doing one now with the Invisible Man, I think. So
Okay.
And it's not every Scotty thing I have to collect. Like for me, it's a lot of the Marvel characters and a lot of the. If I like it, then I'll buy it. But for me, it's like a lot of the Marvel characters I have to collect.
All right, cool. Because yeah, that one took a lot of thought. I'm like, I hope to God that one, you don't have that one. Two, that you actually liked it.
No,
And
both of them were perfect. But I didn't have either of them. And like I said, they slid perfectly into the collection. So thank you, sir.
all right, look, I appreciate that. All right, so San Diego Comic-Con ended last weekend. Chaga, you said your brother went, right?
Yeah, he went over there. He said it was crazy as the year before. A lot of people. And I talked to some of the. I have some buddies that went over there, and one person actually, she's an artist, and she said that it was. She didn't like it. She didn't like it at all because it was a lot of people. But the artist alley, you can't even walk on it or like through it. It was full, and then the panels. She said that it was a nightmare because it was like if you got early in the morning into one of the panels, like every single in the same room, all the panels were in the same room. So if you got it first early in the morning, that's it. You can stay all day. So people stayed all day. So that was the main issue. But other than that, my brother got a Todd McFarlane signature. He won it. So we were going back and forth which cover to get signed. So he chose the on 250 Scotty Young. So he got signed and really nice. It was really nice. But
Okay.
yeah, I didn't get to be there, but he told me it was packed
So did
and
any?
full of labubus. That's the other thing. Those stalls were crazy.
All right, so Nick, you're a little bit more plugged in than the majority of us. Did you hear the one of the big stories on San Diego Comic-Con with those two dudes from Macroverse? They did a Kickstarter for some pre-code horror books that they were bringing forth, and they raised about $400,000 on the Kickstarter. So what happened was they raised the money. This was months ago, but they never fulfilled the orders for the people that did it, that kicked in for them. But what they did do was the books that they were supposed to give to the donors, they were bringing some of the books to San Diego Comic-Con to sell. And that didn't sit well with some of the people that actually donated to their campaign. And they went to the tables looking for the dudes who the owners. And then what they did was they never even showed up. They gave some of their books to another vendor to sell. They tried to go into business with another vendor, and he was going to sell some of their books to gauge whether there would be interest in it. And when he found out that that's what they did with their Kickstarter, he pulled the books immediately.
Yeah, that's some shicey business. I mean, they have a lot of nerve to even say they were going to be at San Diego Comic-Con when they owe people money. But
they went on they did somebody's show on YouTube trying to justify their actions. I'm like, you can't justify. They basically stole $500,000 or whatever, or at this point, like, how do you make amends?
you can't. You gotta fulfill all your orders. That's about it. And then even then you have to add something extra, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. Or I need my pound of flesh from one of them, if not both of them.
Couple pounds.
Because there was one dude, he kicked in like a couple grand.
Oh.
And he was expecting his books. Now, yeah, it's on site the moment I see you.
Definitely reporting that as fraud to my bank.
Yeah,
Yeah, and that's the thing too about Kickstarter is they kind of work that into the wording. It's like, yeah, you can donate money, but they're not 100% responsible for sending you stuff. I've donated 3 times on Kickstarter, and I've only gotten one thing so far. So I don't think I'm backing anybody anymore. So
Yeah, I'm so hesitant to do it.
yeah.
Because I would it would be a problem. It would absolutely be a problem.
I mean, you want to do a good thing and help people out in the community, but I mean, you're also paying for something too. So I kind of expect it in return. You know?
So what do you think about those fame books? Do you have any of them? Let me ask you that.
I don't. Knowing how much it costs to get an exclusive,
EJ Links, what up? What up?
I can see why they would go that route, but honestly, I think there are too many. Too many now.
I don't think I would ever spend a dime on them. The cover art on some of them, like the Daredevil ones, are pretty decent, but I mean, like, they're not telling a story inside anyway.
No, I've never read anything like that.
Yeah, they're just that couldn't be me. Hey, Lynx, man, you up next, man. I know what you told me a couple weeks ago, so I'm gonna hold you to it. So have you heard that their Marvel is ending the 2099 series, Spider-Man 2099, Red Hulk 2099, and then they're issuing in the 3099.
Oh, they're going 30.99.
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't know about you guys, but collecting in the 90s, those will hold like a special place in my heart.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think I'll always need to have some of those in the collection. But to read Marvel now, not easy. Not easy.
Yo, the thing is, the Spider-Man 2099, I just started collecting those a couple years ago, only for the cover art. Like, I forget which run it was, but I liked the artwork on it. So I was just I never read not one issue. I just collected the shit for the cover art. I was like, damn, this shit is all right. And I'm like, now I'm gonna have to either, because I'm a completionist. So I either gotta hurry up and finish the runs or just scrap it, because this shit is expensive.
So let me ask you, you say completionist. Does that mean like all ratios, all covers too, or just like issues 1 through whatever?
I try to do the ratios, and the only one that I'm almost complete is that Venom run, except for issue number 3. And then I'll actually be done.
You will be done. Don't worry. It will be done.
At some point, like, short of me hitting the lottery or robbing a bank or robbing multiple banks, I don't think I'm ever gonna complete the ASM run. That's not happening. Not volume 1 at least.
Yeah, that's a rough one.
Yeah. So like I said, I gave up trying on that. I get what I get when I can get it. But I'm almost complete with the current run of Batman. So I got to get a couple of the earlier issues, and then I'll be done. I'll be done with Batman up until as they're still going.
I love how you do a full run. Like, I realized, like, I'll be tapping out after book 9. I was looking through like my things, like, what do I have a complete run of? Like Storm, and it ends at 9. Like, it's once we get past 9, like I'm about tapping out.
Well, so in the current Storm run, she's pregnant, and they don't know who the father is.
Doesn't sound like Storm.
Yeah. And on top of the fact that she's become beyond an Omega level mutant and everything. The actual run I'm reading, I'm not 100% caught up on it or whatever, but The shit is actually is better than I thought it would be. She's whooping ass in it.
Okay.
But yeah, for now that she has to go on, damn, and I'm dating myself when I say this, she's gonna have to go on Maury Povich to find out who the father is.
They're doing that in the comic for real.
They showed a glimpse in the future.
That would be
her
funny though.
daughter, in because they're trying to get you to try to guess who it is, who the father is. So the little girl says this to him, something like, "Yeah, I got black hair and fangs like Papa," or whatever. She's comparing what she took from both her mother and her father, and she got like fangs and black hair from her father. So now everybody's starting to speculate: is it T'Challa? Is it Wolverine? There's been a list.
It's only one baby daddy that matter. That we matter, and that is not T'Challa.
See, there's another dude in the current Storm run where she had a relationship with him or whatever, and they were talking, but he's just a regular dude, so it couldn't have been him. Like somebody speculated it could have been Sabretooth. I'm like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, I don't know what Marvel's doing nowadays.
Yeah.
I gave up. It's hard for me. Like I'm doing all my reading now digitally. Like I'll have the DC Unlimited, the Marvel Unlimited. Marvel's like 6 months behind. But to buy something and just kind of take a chance whether you're gonna like it or not, it's just $5 a book. It's rough.
Yeah, I think I might need to start going that route. See, what the thing is, I only collect certain runs at this point now, or whatever current runs. So right now, on my pull list is Venom, Batman, Daredevil, and Moon Knight. I try to limit it and Miles Morales. So I try to limit it to those 5. And then when I venture out, like when Alex Ross puts out those timeless covers, I collect all of those.
They're like 40 or 50 of those at a time.
Yeah, I have every single one of them. Wow. The moment they drop, I'm on them. So I have every single one of them. And then the only one I have the regular covers. I don't have the all of the black and white ones. I only have a handful of those. And then whenever a Delato variant comes out, man.
Did you see that?
One of my local shops, he really doesn't order that many Delato books when they release. Mm-hmm. But I'm always on his ass. I'm like, yo, I want this one when it drops. So he's been doing that for this current Batman run, the 158 through 163. I think something like that, or 159 through 158 through 163.
And those are connecting covers, right?
Yeah.
His Batman stuff is incredible.
Oh my goodness.
The one that I saw that I wanted is that Fantastic Four, the Doom cover with the
yeah.
Oh, hold on. Wait. That's so funny that you mentioned. Wait, which Doom cover was it?
It's I think a Fantastic Four book. It's got a red background though. It's I think it's like Golden Apple. One of those stores is doing it, but that's the trade dress version. There isn't a Virgin cover as yet. There's one coming for New York Comic Con. So if you want the Virgin cover,
it'll probably be a ratio of 1 to 100, 1 per store.
Oh, they'll charge. No, I think it'll be an exclusive that they'll charge probably $40 or $50 for at the show. I don't know yet. I haven't heard specific details, but I know like that's the one I'm looking for. There are 3 books that I'm looking to get for that show, and they're all expensive. It's that ASM 800. I think it's like the 1 in 200.
Mm-hmm.
There's a Deadpool number 1. That's also a red back. They're all red backgrounds too.
Oh, whoa! You said the ASM 2. My goodness.
It's him standing up, just like I think holding like this.
Yeah. Where the fuck is my ASM box set?
That's when you know you got too many comics. That's one point.
Yeah, 'cause I think I got that one.
Yeah, so that's like a $200 book. The Deadpool is like another 170 if I can find it, and that other Doctor Doom one I think I have to get him signed.
Yo,
Wait, so is Alex Ross going to be in New York?
he normally does, but when he has his own. He's never in Artist Alley. He has his own like booth on the main floor. So I'm probably assuming that's what Delato will be doing this year also.
Yeah,
So,
he'll be in the Scott's banner, but he'll have his own room to sign.
See, Alex Ross does. He sets up. It's not even a booth. It's like a little section in New York where you're going through his store or whatever. It's like the way he has it set up is so unique as opposed to like being in Artist Alley.
Like a little gallery. He does that in San Diego also.
It's like an art gallery that he sets up on the main floor. And years that I've been to New York Comic Con, well, the infamous Peach Momoko incident. I was there. I witnessed that when those dudes were brawling right in front of her table, and yeah, that freaked her out. I was standing right there. I was standing right there for that. Me and your aunt Nicole. She was in line with me, and
I went through some books and I realized I had a Peach Momoko cover of Monica Rambeau, number 1, that Eve Ewing did. As I was running around looking for Eve Ewing the entire damn convention, and she was nowhere to be found. And I didn't even realize that Peach Momoko had did that cover, that comic book.
See, the thing with Momoko was everybody charges like at minimum $10 per signature. When she did New York in 2022, what she did was made her line so fucking long. I think it was the first 5 or 10 signatures were free.
Wow.
Yeah, she did the first 5 or 10. Is one of those two numbers. They were free, and then you had to pay, I think, $10 per signature from books 10 to 20. Anything beyond that, you had to get back in line to keep it going. She was charging $20 for like a remark.
Wow, that's crazy.
So that's why her lines were like 4 hours long. And she signed, and I was never a Peach Momoko fan at the time, but around 2022 was her year. Kind of like Mark Spears is having his run now. He's that artist now, the hot artist. Peach Momoko was like that in 2022. So she did this book for me. Yes. And that was the only Peach Momoko book that I had at New York. Oh,
I think she dropped this in 2023. Oh, 22. This was that convention exclusive, I thought.
Yeah, I'm yeah.
It's a nice cover.
Oh my goodness.
For me, I'm like Peach's stuff for the most part it's hit or miss, but when she hits,
absolutely. Wow, that is a beautiful
book. This one's on my wall too.
That's a pretty book.
How much?
We're gonna start the bidding at $30.
If it's on the wall, it ain't got a price. And if it's got a price, it's a lot more than you expect. Yeah, that one I really liked. I needed to have that one.
Yeah, I can believe it. So Chaga, you got any books that you want to show off of artwork?
You're muted.
Yo, I swear, man, me and you, I think you do that intentionally.
Oh, you're muted too, Chaga.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I do. I do bother you. So I got a bunch of them. I need to take them out. This one I did it. I don't know if I put it on Instagram because I was just trying some colors on it.
Oh,
Actually, yeah, I did sign it.
That is really, yeah.
And then I found more of them of my covers. I went, what? Where did I did so much? This one I went off and did it with the acrylic.
oh wow.
I was just
How long does something like that take you to do?
sketching wise, about 20 minutes on pencil. But if you do colors, depending on what material am I doing, maybe 3 hours.
Wow, I couldn't do that in 30 years.
Yeah.
Hey, Chaga, let me ask you that Hulk was an homage to what was that? The American Psycho?
Yeah, I believe so. Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
yeah.
And then I did this one.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I like this character a lot. And I was just fooling around on, I think this was Valentine's Day, so I came up with this one.
Oh.
Yo, you never showed me that one.
Yeah, and do you know what? It's a love and hate with this one. I sometimes I like it, sometimes I just want to throw it away.
Yeah, that's dope.
Mm.
I remember that one. I do remember that one.
Yeah. And I got oh, this was I had a lot of trouble with it. This one. Because I don't know, it's my one and only Flash.
That's not bad though.
That's a nice use of the colors, his costume. Yeah, I like that too.
Mhm.
And then this one, I did it. I don't know. I just went off on it, and I like this one.
Woo!
Mm. Mm. Yeah, that'd be some crazy shit right there. Venomized Spawn.
Oh, and I have actually, I don't know if I have it here. I have a. I hate Fairyland.
Ooh,
Venomized.
wait. Hey,
Yeah,
That's tough.
And,
that is awesome.
I got a like from Scotty Young though, and I had the screenshot on it. And then I have, well, these are just my regular drawings on sheets. And this one, I remember this one. I went to, I really liked this cover, so I made it, but I didn't sign it. So I went to Comic-Con. I can't remember which year. So, and I showed it to Stegman, and he said, "Why didn't you sign it?" Because, and I told him, just I loved this cover, but it's not my original art. It's your art. So he went out and signed it for me, and he said, "You know what? You should sign it, and then tag me on Instagram." So that's what I did.
nice.
So normally when I practice on the drawings, normally I just don't publish it like this one, John Boy Miners Tribute.
Hmm.
I don't. Oh, I like this one. This is. You're gonna like this, Chef.
Mm.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Me and you will be talking.
And what was that done with?
This one,
Uh huh.
you know what? This one was fun. because it's a blank sheet. So I put like black ink, let it dry like 2 or 3 times, and then I did it with I think it was liquid paper.
Hmm. Wow.
Yep.
Yeah,
And
I get
then
real jealous of talent.
Yeah,
Yeah.
me too. Me too. I
Yeah,
said
draw-
earlier in the earlier episodes, my first one, we have an aunt that is just as talented at drawing.
oh, you
She's
told us
one of the
about.
most gifted artists in our family, but she does this shit on her time because she has like so many different things that she's into or whatever. Like she would rather fucking draw on rocks than draw on
Real
blank
talk.
sheets. But she has like a those art notepads
Mm.
full of comic book characters or whatever, and she goes on YouTube and she just says like who's David Finch. She likes a lot of the left-hand artists because she's left-handed, and yeah, we just can't get her to to just sit down and buckle in on it.
Mm.
And then I did this one, but it's a wraparound.
Oh.
Yeah.
Like I said, if any of you guys want any art by Chaga, just reach out to him.
I just got to show you this one, last one. This is an acrylic canva.
Mm.
I just like a drawing violator.
Yeah, that's fire. Yeah. So do you go out to any of the shows? Do you get tables at any of the shows? I know
No,
it's not exactly that easy, but
no, it's not easy. It's expensive, and it's scary. When and it's just like I don't know. It's just scary because I've been there talking to Don Aguillo, John Boy Myers, and everything, and they just I don't know. They do it like it's nothing, right? So, but it's scary. But when it comes to San Diego, it's really expensive to get a table there.
well, I can say like for me, I don't really like any of the bigger shows. Like all the fan expos, there's not enough comic stuff. To be
Yeah,
honest.
Yeah.
So we go every year. A lot of my YouTube people go. We go to Heroes Con in North Carolina every
yeah.
Father's Day, and I can tell you that there is 90% comics, none of the crowds, and it really is the perfect comic book convention.
Yeah, and I've heard you guys say that, and Lord willing, I plan on going next year because I want to be where the cool kids are.
Well, honestly, you don't even have to talk to anybody. But if you're in the mood to shop for comics, like I said, it's you won't find any Labubus there. A couple of cosplayers, like I say, if it's 90 to 95% comic books, that's probably an accurate number.
All right, Nicole. Well, that means you can't go to Heroes Con
Wait, why?
because you go to cosplay more than you go for hunting for books.
Listen, I can do both. I will do both.
Well, not to say that there isn't any cosplayers there, but comics are a majority of the focus.
And I
Don't worry, guys, like that.
as much as I like New York Comic Con, I do want to go to Heroes Con more so than any other place, just because. Like I can't do the Philadelphia Fan Expo anymore because that shit is I don't want to call it trash, but it's only like this past year I went and there was probably 6 vendors total in comics. And I might be overstating it. It might have only been 4.
Wow.
but I want to say anywhere from 4 to 6. It absolutely wasn't more than 10. And the Artist Alley was okay, but I haven't gotten any signatures from Philadelphia since Kale New was there a few years ago. He's the last person that I got to sign books there. No. Javon Jordan.
Oh,
Yeah.
Shout out to Illest Uminati.
Yeah. I got to get him on too. He said he would come on and chop it up with, because the thing is, the first time I ever got on Instagram and I ever did I haven't done it since I first got on. I did a live sale. And he was the first person to ever buy a book from me.
Oh.
And I told him that, and he was like, yeah, he's like, he supports, yeah. And right when I told him that in Philadelphia, and then he did New York a few months later. That's where I met DJ Links in person. And yeah, I was retelling him that story then or whatever. I'm like, yeah, he's the first person to ever buy a book off of an IG live sale from me.
You probably won't be able to see that one because of the glare. This is the Salve by Javon. And this is our Illuminati exclusive, done by a fantastic artist by the name of Austin LeMay.
Wow.
I got to get some of his stuff also.
And this is based off of that Death Blow cover from back in the day from Jim Lee.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he killed that.
Austin, if you ever see this or whatever, I'm gonna reach out to you.
Yeah, he's a very talented guy. You'll see he had an exclusive this year with the Comics Curing Cancer stuff that was killer.
Yep.
That sold out. Last year.
He murdered that book. I can't even lie. He did his thing on that book.
This was his Spider-Man cover last year. He did it for the art exhibit.
Wow.
But Austin is he's got a very big sense of humor.
Yep.
I'll show you what he did for me commission-wise. So
Trying to hide the wall.
Yeah. Every time I get up, it's not going to be that great, I'll tell you. But in seeing him at Heroes Con last year or the year before, I said, Austin, all right, here, I want you to do something for me. I don't care what you do. I'll leave it up to you. Just send it to me. I don't want to know what it is. You just send it to me and I'll be good. So he told me he might need to do another one for me, but he sent me this one.
Oh.
Wow. I actually like that. Hey, and Jim, I'm in Delaware, so it's only like a 45-minute ride for me to get to Baltimore. I've gone to Baltimore on multiple occasions, so I'm probably going back this year. So reach out to me, man, and we can link up in Baltimore.
Yeah, I hear that's a really good comic book show too.
Yeah, I do like it. I like going to Baltimore, and that's the quickest one for me because at maximum, depending on traffic, I can be there in an hour.
You can't beat that travel time to a con. So people might not know. They look at this and they think it's just a hand getting bit by the Spider-Man. But what really notices, I lost the tip of my finger when I was a kid. So as you see, he's missing the tip of his finger, and this is my origin story, so to speak. So while I wanted to hit him with it, when I unwrapped it, this still makes me smile, and it's still like a great piece by Austin. So that's what they say, Austin over Peach. But it's cool to meet, these talented people. Like even seeing Chaga stuff, like just seeing it for the first time today, you get to see how many talented people there are in this community.
Which makes me jealous.
It makes me jealous too. I couldn't draw a straight line with 2 rulers, and to see something, like, and to see the Hellboy that Chaga did, I'm like, man, that's killer.
And that Spawn one, the
Yeah,
Venomized Spawn one.
it's just amazing. You just wish
This
that
is
you had.
thanks to COVID. Thanks to COVID, because if COVID would have been attacking us, maybe I would have even been sitting here drawing, or talking to you guys.
So
Yeah. See, I'm kind of like you, Nick, where I got in and got out, and COVID brought me back in because during the lockdown we didn't have shit else to do. So my thing with the lockdown was I was on some nut shit. I'm just going to every website, every social media platform, and I'm just buying shit. Whatever. just because they had nothing but time on our hands or whatever. Like
they were giving us free money back then too.
Yeah, hell yeah. So I was on websites like Hip Comic. I think I mentioned this before. I was on Hip Comic just bidding on shit left and right, and just building everything up, and not even realizing that I'm buying multiples of the same fucking book. Now, if it's a Delato cover, I don't care. But now I'm like, ASM, just throw out a random number, 215 or whatever. Oh, I don't have that book. I'll buy it. I win. And then when I catalog it or whatever else, I'm like, shit, I got 3 of them. It's not even a minor key. It's just a regular book in the run. And I'm like, shit, I got 3 of them now.
You can't go wrong with those mid 80s ASM stuff though.
Yeah.
Yeah. And meeting that guy, Panda, forget it.
Yeah.
You meet as strangers and you realize that you were probably separated at birth. And Panda.
Yo, Panda, you got to get on here and join us also, man. I would absolutely
have a lot of the same
to talk shit with you.
A lot of the same interests, so to speak.
So yeah. So I know that I don't have you for much longer, Nick, because you're going to see Naked Gun.
It's the new one with
I know.
With Liam Neeson.
Yeah.
See, of all the people to do that movie, to remake that movie, Liam Neeson would be one of the last ones I would ever think would do it.
Yeah, and I was against
the roles that he's played.
Because he's always done such serious roles. I think this will probably be great for him. So I think, and I'm not a fan of the Naked Gun movies personally. In the past, they're like, whatever. But I want to see it though, because of that.
I don't know if I can.
I don't know what you're talking about, Panda.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. Like for me, I'm the opposite. Those movies I've always found hilarious back in the day. So I was very against this movie when I heard about it.
Okay.
But then to see the promo for it, I was like, yeah, maybe I can mess with it.
See, the thing is, I love dry comedy and everything like that. Like I'll go see a Will Ferrell movie at the drop of a dime. So but I can't do this one.
Yeah, I already know my wife and son are gonna hate it, but I'm making them go with me. So
yeah, and that's the last thing you want to do is have somebody dislike you for making them go watch something.
Yeah.
I did that with oh my goodness, back in the day. What the fuck was a Jack Black movie he did with
Shallow Hal?
Death?
Oh,
Be
no.
Kind, Rewind.
oh yeah.
Yeah, I did that. I made a group of people go with me or whatever, and they wanted to fuck me up coming out of. I can't even lie. The movie was ass or whatever. So I was mad at myself. So they didn't really have to rough me up as much as they wanted to. I was gonna rough myself up. But
I don't think I've ever seen a Jack Black movie in the movie theaters.
that was the only one. No. Well, that wasn't my choice, but we had a school trip 2 years ago where we went and saw his Kung Fu Panda.
Ah.
So I was a chaperone, so I had to sit through that shit.
I went to see Nacho Libre. That was a funny one, though.
Classic one. Like for me, I think the only one I've seen was Tropic Thunder. I don't even know if that was his movie.
It wasn't, but now you're right. That was.
Yeah, you know what? I love that movie. I mean, that's the type of dumbass comedy that I like, and I absolutely love that movie.
You know, we haven't seen one of those in a while, so that's why I'm hoping that this Naked Gun is a success and it kind of brings that back. I miss those movies.
Yeah, it's kind of weird with seeing Liam Neeson. I saw the trailer and it felt weird watching him doing all that type of comedy.
And then to see him in a skirt with his leg up.
Yeah. And the one part of the trailer that I can't get over is when he's interrogating Busta Rhymes or whatever, and he's like, "Yeah, you're accused of manslaughter."
Not manslaughter.
Yeah. So like even I don't know. I'll put it like this, Nick. If you say it's good, maybe I'll catch a matinee on a
Tuesday.
Monday afternoon or something. I'll sneak in at sunup or whatever.
Yeah, and the guys I hang with on Friday nights would tell you that my movie reviews leave a lot to be desired. But
look, I pop up on your show every so often when I can, and I told you right when you sent me the Delato book and they were clowning you that Friday night, I was like, nah, as long as I'm here, there will be no Knicks kicks and comics slander or whatever, or we could all be some fighting motherfuckers up in here.
I appreciate that, but I mean, honestly, too, they call it getting nicked, and there have been even Delato himself has gotten nicked too, so nobody's immune from it. I mean, as long as I can keep it in good humor and not hurt anybody, there's probably a good chance I'm going to be messing something up for you at one point.
All right, since I only got you for a few more minutes, Nick, I'm going to show off a couple of the books that I'm planning on Delato signing or whatever. I got my first couple I haven't decided yet, but I'm going to go through the ones that I'm absolutely getting signed. So the one I haven't decided yet is hold on, let me do this. I haven't decided on whether I'm leaning towards no, but I could change my mind. And I haven't decided on this one.
But you got so many.
Oh yeah, I think that you kind of have to get that one.
See, but here's the thing. I mean, I'm leaning towards with it, but I'm absolutely doing this one. So I might have to do that Venom one.
Yeah.
I'm absolutely doing this one.
Those last two would be nice with a remark. No. I don't know if he does remarks.
He does.
But yeah, I'm going to have to give up a lung and a kidney for it.
Yeah.
What he charges. I absolutely want to do this because Nola is coming back.
Yep.
In the next Venom run. I'm absolutely doing this one.
Big time collectibles.
I'm absolutely doing this one.
Yeah, that was my favorite too. I had the colored version of that one. I
I got it also, but I felt that one would be better sign. I'm absolutely doing this one.
Cool.
I got 3 of these, so I might get him to sign 2 probably get them both graded, and I'm absolutely going to try to figure out if he can do this one because it's a foil.
No, that usually works. I think I think that's possible.
Now, Nick, I want your opinion on this because I'm thinking of cracking it and getting him to sign it and then reslab it, but I'm so scared that it won't come back in a 9.8. This TMNT, Last Ronin.
Is it the old slab, the old magazine slab?
Looks
You know,
like
the
it.
creaky
No,
one?
this one, this isn't an older one. This one got slabbed 2025.
Okay.
This one got slabbed in 2022.
Yeah. So I would say that the fact that it's a square bound book, it'll probably hold its grade better, but you're also talking to a guy too that I haven't had any luck cracking and resubbing stuff, that it's always come back a lower grade.
See,
But,
for a couple people, like I cracked, cleaned, and pressed a Thor book. It was the first appearance of Null. What issue was that? I mean, Gore the God Butcher. My fault.
Oh, I thought the God of Thunder you're talking about.
Yeah, the Thor, the first Gore the God Butcher. I cracked the press of that, and it went from a 7.0 to a 7.5 or an 8.0. It wasn't mine. I did it for a friend. Yeah, cracked pressed and resubmitted it for him, and he got a bump in it. I've done a couple other ones that I've cracked, and I have had the luck with getting bumps in those grades. But like with that, I'm so scared that it's not gonna come back in 9.8. Not the way CGC's been over it. Yeah.
What do you guys think of nowadays? I've seen some of them, like maybe 4 or 5, that instead of cracking the slab, they're doing the signatures and remarks over the slab.
Now, I think that's dumb.
Some people hate it, and you know what I've been looking for? The other one that I've been looking for is Wizard did 9.5s a long time ago. CGC 9.5s.
Yeah.
And they had a red label, and one of those books was the Delato Secret War book with the one Spider-Man on the cover.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there was one on eBay a few months ago, and it was like $250, $300, and I couldn't pull the trigger on it, and I wish I did. I think there were only like 30 of them. And in that case, I would have had him sign and do something maybe on the case itself. But again, if something you want to do, then
I mean, because most people aren't going to crack open a slab to get a book signed. I mean, if you got a slab, and that's your one chance to get in front of that artist, because
I think the majority of the time, if you crack a slab, is to perform CPR on it. More so than that, especially if it's one of the older slabs that you could tell just by looking at it that it hasn't been cleaned or pressed, and you can get a grade bump in it. I think that's the majority of the time. I mean, it's more so for that than it is to actually get someone to sign it.
Doesn't a signature on a book bring down the grade?
Beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
No. And I'll leave you with this story. I'm a very big Crow fan. James O'Barr is like one of my guys. So also I had the chance this weekend. Big Time Collectibles was doing a Whatnot sale with him this past Sunday, and I was able to go over there and hang out with him. I have 2 books there. Image did a series where they have a McFarlane Crow cover.
Mm-hmm.
I have it now at a 9.6, and there was another one that he did that I have in a 9.8 that I didn't want to get signed because I didn't want to lose that grade. Because Mr. O'Barr is a little, what's a good word that I can use without uncaring?
A tad bit suspect.
Yeah, so I had like the first cameo appearance of the Crow, and I remember getting it back from him. He remarked and whatnot, and I remember him seeing him slide across the table, not really caring about the condition, which to me is a very big deal. Like I want the high grades. I'm a grade whore, so
Yeah.
I left it out. I didn't want to take those and crack them, even though it's the guy who created the character I love the most. I was like, his signature on maybe on another book.
So do you plan on? I'll let you go on this. Do you plan on getting any of those PSA slabs?
No, absolutely not.
Neither do I.
Absolutely not. And it's funny that I actually have one coming in, but as somebody owed me something, so he has a Scotty, which is like $1,100 and a 9.8
Mm-hmm.
at PSA right now, and I'm supposed to be getting that in the next week or so. But I'll get it. Yeah, it'll be cool or whatnot. But those are for my sports cards only.
All right. Well, Nick, man, I thank you for doing this, man. I can't tell you how much I appreciate it. You've always been a good dude to me ever since I first met you.
No,
And
you were put on to me by very good people, even though he didn't have the nerve to show up tonight.
You know, he texted me about he texted me a little while ago. He's like, I'm about 20 minutes away from home.
Yeah, no, and I kid Jason. Jason is one of my favorite people, and if I get the chance to come on stream, hang with a great person like yourself, and meet more great people like Chaga and Nicole, I mean, I'm all about that. So thank you for having me, and I hope to be back soon if you'll have me.
Yeah, look, dude, you just let me know, man, and yeah, we are gonna talk because New York Comic Con will be here before you know it. So I really. Yeah, me and you really got to chop it up because I want to, and I know you'll probably hook up with DJ Lynx when you get there. So
he'll probably want to have an expensive dinner. So I got no choice about that.
Yeah.
Hold that, man. We get Ed to hang out.
See here, you know what? I'll save it for another time because I know Nick, you gotta go.
All right.
Thank
you for having me. Thank everybody for watching.
I dead ass appreciate you coming on with us today, man.
Mr. Ed, anytime. I will get with you. I'll know. Like I'm supposed to be booking my flight for New York next week or so. So yeah, I'll get with you. I'll let you know.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I appreciate you.
All right, later, guys. Have fun.
Enjoy the movie, my guy.
I hope so.
And I say that in jest, but yeah, I hope it's good for you, man.
I'll let you know. See you guys later.
All right. So, Chaga, what geez, what was I about to ask you? It just slipped my mind. Oh, you got to send me the you got to send me that book for me to submit for you too. Don't forget about that.
I got to do that. Oh, and you know what? I saw one of your books that you were showing off, and I remember I sketched this one.
Oh shit!
Just a sketch.
Yeah, that's some light work.
Just bored.
It's gonna be. It's good. It's gonna sound stupid, I know, and a little bit arrogant, but sometimes I see this and I'll go like, okay. And yeah, I can see it and I know it's there. Like I was talking to my wife and she was like, I was like just finishing some sketches and all of a sudden, you know what? I don't like that. I just don't like it. And I just
so anger management said it's a dope sketch. Hey, do you want? Hey, would you be willing to let him have it?
This one?
Yeah, he said it's a dope sketch.
Sure. Send me a message on Instagram.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Go ahead.
No. Keep on.
So my wife was like, "Why are you throwing them away?" I just don't like them, and we'll just put them away. But I know it's there, right? So I was feeling uncomfortable with some of my my drawings, and then I didn't like the background, so I started cutting them off.
I remember. Oh my goodness, I remember you doing that.
You make stickers.
Yeah. No, it's just a drawing. It's just a drawing, and I took the background off, And you know what? I just cut him off, and then I started doing with most of them. You know what? I didn't like the background. I did the Bane with the tattoo, a crow tattoo.
I
This is
remember
like
you
a
doing that. I remember you
Ramos
showing me.
Spider-Man.
I remember you showing me those a while ago.
Yes. So nowadays, like it's like the sketch cover that I show you guys at the Wolverine one.
Mm-hmm.
I got sometimes I just don't like it. I don't like seeing it. But it's I don't know. It's part of it. But like I said, I don't want to be arrogant, but yeah, I go like I can draw it, and then I go, okay, something's off. I don't like
So
it.
there's a fine line between confidence and arrogance. So let's just
I
say,
think no, I think it's a confidence thing,
mm-hmm.
to be honest, and because my wife said something to me that made sense. It's like maybe you don't like it, but maybe you can get other people liking it,
Did you
right?
see what
Like,
anger management just said?
hey, maybe I'll do that. Yes, you're right. Yeah, and then she said, you know what? Not it's like she knows that I like a lot of artists, and like, you know what? Maybe your brother doesn't like Momoko, but you like Momoko, so it's a different taste for everybody. And that kind of sinked in, and I went like, you know what? And after that, I just stopped throwing them away and just cutting them up like this.
Yeah,
If
that's
I
super
don't
cool.
like anything.
Hey, anger management, man. Reach out to us. I would love to have you on one of our next episodes. I would like to chop it up with you. And I appreciate your support because you comment on a lot of my stuff. So, dude, actually, I gotta send you something as a thank you. I'm gonna start having some giveaways.
I'll take
Yeah,
it.
I can do some with the sketches or something. Yeah.
All right, cool. Because I'm gonna put some books together for giveaways. I'm going to dig in the Delato box and start giving away some books on the next few episodes.
Yep.
And Nick, I'll even let you come by and dig through some of them again.
All right, I'm about to say, wait, do I get like a sample from?
You cherry pick some of the books. But you already know when you come to Delaware, you got free reign up to a point, because I always put some books aside. I tell you, nah, these are off limits.
I got my big three from you.
Yeah.
So.
And I still got your what book of yours do I have? Your Ironheart. You got my Ironheart.
And then Batman.
And which one?
The Batman Black Labels.
Oh yeah, I was looking at it. It's right over. It's to my left. It's right over here. I was looking at it today as I was going through my slabs, because I got them in the same storage area with all of my slabs that I don't have on the wall. So have you watched any of the episodes of The Eyes of Wakanda yet?
No, I have not actually. Nope.
Hey, is Ironheart coming to Disney also? Ironheart?
Yeah, that came out a couple months ago.
How is it?
I liked it.
It's really. I thought it was great.
But the problem is, we live in a world where a lot of people don't like a female-led character movie or show. They don't like a black female led show or movie sometimes. So a lot of people say that it was garbage. Me, on the other hand, I absolutely loved it. On top of the fact, Ryan Coogler don't miss. So when he's putting his hands on something, he's getting his shit off on it. And he got his off. And even though he wasn't directly responsible for the making of it. He just oversaw the whole process. He let his team handle it. But she did her thing.
It was
and I'm not mad. And on
directors.
top of the fact that there's a member of the LGBTQ community in the show also. So you know that people are going to have their panties in a bunch because of that shit also. So like I said, I put it like this. I enjoyed it, and I enjoyed it thoroughly. But I can't engage in a debate on whether or not it was good with people that'll come with not bad intentions, but now I just choose not to debate it, period. I just say I enjoyed it, and I'll leave it at that.
Yeah, normally I don't.
The comic book world don't get it as much. I feel like that's the thing. It's like if you're just in it for the movies and you don't really know like a lot of that outside of it, then it's like you can't really. Those people don't seem to be the ones that don't appreciate it as much.
Yeah, like individuals were on social media shitting on it before it actually aired. So you're not arguing in good faith, because how are you going to bomb it when you haven't even watched it?
Yes.
And then they talk about well, she did this, and this, and Tony Stark, she's disrespected Tony Stark's legacy or whatever and everything. Tony Stark was an arms dealer. Like, he sold death early on before he had a change of heart. So it's just like, come on, man, the math ain't mathing when you arguing this shit. But like I said, I enjoyed it. I only watched the first episode of Eyes of Wakanda today, which was it was all right. So it's basically it's 4 episodes, and they're chronicling different stories from like the Dora Milaje.
Okay.
Like the first episode today was I forget the main character's name in it or whatever, but she was kicked out of the Dora Milaje because she didn't respond well to authority. She wanted to do her own thing. One of the individuals from the Wakandan army or whatever, like the king's right-hand man or whatever, he branched off or whatever, and then he went into the world and he got corrupted. So now the Dora Milaje, they sent individuals to bring his ass back so that he could stand trial. Everybody that they sent after him, he had trained. So they all failed. But this individual wasn't trained by him. So they were like, yeah, he'll never see you coming. Check it out though. It was pretty good. I don't really want to. That's basically the gist of it or whatever, but yeah, for an animated show, she was fucking people up in it or whatever. And I'm like, whoa, this is something like I'm used to with like Disney Plus, because no matter what, you still got, even with like the Daredevil series and everything that they made shit more mature. Man, there was one dude in that joint that got his wig split with an axe. I'm sitting here like, all right.
I'm glad that Disney has realized at the end of the day, Disney Plus is behind a paywall. So it's just like HBO, Showtime, everything else back in the day. You're paying for that at this point. So if your kids happen to click on some shit, that's your problem. Y'all paying.
Yeah, you're right on that. Yeah.
So yeah, I like that. I'm waiting for Thunderbolts to come to Disney Plus so I can see it again.
I feel like I just watched that somewhere. It's not on Disney Plus already? I think it's already on there.
Nah, it's on Amazon. But why pay to rent it on Amazon when I can just wait for it to come on Disney Plus? That was the same with Sinners. I was like, why wait when I
HBO?
Yeah. So, but like Amazon gets it approximately a month before it hits its regular streaming service. So now you're paying just to be able to see it quicker, as opposed to waiting about another month for it to be free. Since I already got the Disney Plus streaming service or whatever, and I'm like, I got Amazon also. Well, you know, I got Amazon or whatever, but why am I gonna pay $7 when I can just wait a couple more weeks and then just punch it on Disney Plus? Same with Sinners. Same with Sinners.
Did you like that movie?
Oh, I absolutely loved it.
Yeah, I really like that one.
You know what I watched yesterday, as a matter of fact? I watched all 3 of the Creed movies back to back to back.
Wow.
Just because I'm trying to take advantage of the last bit of free time that I have left before August 11th comes and the school season starts back up. Because August 11th, I got 3 days of orientation, and then I'll have another week or so before the school year actually begins. But in a few days, what I'm gonna have to start doing is I'm gonna have to start training my body clock to get back into school mode. So that means I'm gonna have to start going to sleep earlier and then waking up earlier. So I'm gonna have to retrain my body into doing that, because what I was doing the past week, Nick works a different schedule. She works a graveyard shift, basically, in essence. So what she was doing was she texted me at like 2-3 o'clock in the morning because she's up and everything. And I'm like, Nick, I'm trying to sleep. Leave me the fuck alone.
I mean, I put my phone on Do Not Disturb when I go to sleep. I don't know what the rest of the world do.
I can't do that. I can't do that just in case.
I understand. You got a lot of people that you need to be responsible for.
Yeah, like
including me. So yeah.
I put it like this. If Sabria or Jayla text me at 3 o'clock in the morning, like, Uncle Ed, I need you right now, I'm going. Say less. I'm in the car wherever you are on this planet. Come hella high water, I'm gonna get there. So thank God that's never been the case with those two individuals. But yeah, I can't do that. But she'll text me shit like
random shit.
Yeah, she'll text me like she texted me footage of when she went to the Kendrick Lamar concert earlier this year at 2 o'clock in the morning.
How was it?
It was amazing. It was absolutely everything that I wanted to be. I'm a true TDE fan, so I got to see Absol last year, Schoolboy Q the year before that. So I've gotten to see everybody live now except for J-Rock. So I am looking forward to that.
If you could have joined in on the conversation that we had prior to this episode, me, Tony, Corey, and my guy Aaron, it's episode 6. Check it out because I know you probably haven't seen it. I just posted it today or yesterday. I think I posted it today. We did it a couple days ago, so you were asleep at this time. I think we did it Wednesday. We started it at 8 o'clock, and basically the gist of our entire conversation was I put forth a ton of hip hop artists, and we put them in certain categories. Like 5 mics was God tier, 4 mics was legendary, 3 mics was they were nice, 2 mics where they were bad, 1 mic was, or 2 mics they were nice, okay, or whatever. 1 mic they were bad, and no mics they were ass or trash. There's a lot of people that we put in the trash category. And someone like I forget where we landed with Drake, of all people. I forget where we landed with Drake because we just couldn't come to I don't think we could come to a consensus. Like I don't fool with Drake whatsoever. Well, I think you know that. But really? I think Kendrick made God tier. If he didn't make it, he was teetering between the two. He had like 1 foot in legendary, 1 foot in God tier. And all right.
Jealous.
So like what we did, I mean, we did females and everything also. And I left Hove for last. So intentionally, as we were going up or whatever. There were more MCs that made God tier that we agreed upon that I thought would. So when we got to Hove, I told them, I'm like, Hove gets his own category or whatever. So like we equated it to Marvel. He's the one above all. So he bypassed God tier, in our opinion, and went right to the one above all. And he's like the only one.
Right.
But like I'm saying, Hove is the greatest freestyler to ever live. And
I have not listened to his freestyle, so I can argue that.
No. You have. You have. Every single album that he dropped was a freestyle. He never wrote any of his rhymes.
Well, damn.
That's why I said he's the greatest freestyler of every artist, because he never wrote one. If he wrote a rhyme, he wrote it for somebody else. It's because he did a lot of ghostwriting. So every single album from Reasonable Doubt up into his most recent one, up to 444, every album, put it like that. Every album that he did, his own album, every verse that he did on somebody else where he was a feature, it was all off the top of his head. So he's, in my opinion, he's the greatest freestyler to ever live, because he never wrote anything down. And Tone said it. Tone said it in that episode. He was like, Hov fucked the game up he fucked hip hop up. We were like, why? He said, because now these young rappers don't want to write. Knowing they need to write in order to, because they're horrible when they don't write. So he's like, because Hov did it, everybody else thinks they can do it, and they can't. So I was like, all right, I see where Tone went with it, but check it out, Nick. Yeah, we got into it. And Corey told me to tell you, he's gonna get up with you because y'all the last two wrestling fans. Yeah. Shaka, do you watch wrestling?
I do a little bit.
Okay.
I used to watch.
Like everybody in around me still watches wrestling except for me.
What do you
Well, the thing is that right now that they bought part of AAA, the Mexican Lucha Libre, I'm watching it, and then I like Penta a lot.
Oh, Penta's my guy.
Yeah.
I have no idea who that
I'm
is.
in every room like this.
You need to watch him, and if you see him on YouTube, his early wrestling, he's
I can only
really
tell
good.
you Rey Mysterio Jr.
Yep.
That's the future. It's the future.
That's the
right
only
there.
person I can name.
Yeah. Well, I used to watch Hacksaw Jim Duggan, Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, I
Sergeant
watched
Slaughter.
them. I watched them back in the day, but it's. I stopped watching wrestling in college. I stopped watching wrestling in college right around the time. Oh, we talked about this in one of the earlier episodes. When me and Corey almost gutted somebody that tried to break into his house. That's granddaughter.
Yeah, I had to meet her for her. Yeah, I got a visitor. She's like, Grandma, what you doing? Just,
Put her on.
You want to come say hi? She got a bowl of spaghetti. She's she's eating at the moment. She's in my room to do it.
Yeah, so we were a couple episodes ago, we were chronicling the time when we were in college, and we were watching a wrestling pay-per-view, and somebody tried to break into Corey's house at the time. And he told me that we had to go. So I was like, all right, I knew by the seriousness in his voice, I'm like, all right, something's about to go down. So I asked him, I was like, yo, Tim's or Sneaks? That was our thing at the time. Tim's if we got to stomp somebody, Sneaks if we got to chase somebody. So he's like, it don't even matter. So I'm like, all right, cool. We get into the car, and I'm like, what's up? He's like, somebody just tried to break into my house. So I was like, all right, who was it? Whatever. I was like, what he looked like? He's like, he had a tan coat, and he looked like Roger Thomas from the old What's Happening TV show. So I'm like, all right, say less. He runs back in the house, and he comes back out, and he has a baseball bat, a pool stick, and a samurai sword. He throws them in my back seat. And I immediately, yo, we're going to jail. And I was cool with it at the time. I mean, we were young college students, whatever. And my man said, let's go, then let's go. So I've resigned myself to the fact that we're going to jail either for assault, manslaughter, or murder. One of the three. Because that's the only thing that could happen if we get our hands on this dude. So we're driving. Now, mind you, this is like 11:30, close to 12 o'clock at night. We're driving. And I see this dude on my left-hand side walking in the opposite direction. So I look and I'm like, hey, cool. Is that him right here? He turns and looks. He's like, yeah, that's him. So we pull over, get out of the car. And I don't know why I left my car where it could have been stolen or whatever the case may be. But we're walking. Somebody I hear.
Say hi, and then you saying bye. Say hi.
Hi.
Say hi.
Hey, hey, doodoo bop.
Say hey.
Hello.
What's that? Oh, now you want
Now you want to be shy?
All right. Say bye.
Bye.
When you were with your Aunt Amani, you weren't that shy.
And she put her bowl on my comic book, so I had to readjust that.
So we're walking behind this dude. He has a good step on us, but we're walking behind him, and we got our hoods up, and there was a female pushing a baby carriage in our direction, in the opposite direction, and she's coming at us, and she knows that we're up to no good, but she thought that we were doing something. We were going to do something to her. So the moment she got past us, she takes off. She's gone. Don't ask me why she's out at close to midnight with a baby carriage or whatever. It is what it is. So we're walking and we're getting closer and closer on him. We're trying to be quiet so that he doesn't hear us coming. But God was on his side that night because he turns around at the last minute and he sees us. And Corey yells out, motherfucker, you're the one that tried to break into my house. He takes off running. We take off running after him. He gets, I don't know, about 30 feet. He ran for about 30 feet and he makes a right around the corner of this house. And then there's an open field, like right after the house, there's an open field. Now, this is in North Jersey. He makes a right into the open field. By the time we get to the house, and we were no more than like 10, 15 feet behind him, chasing him. By the time we get to the house, the corner where he makes the right, he had disappeared in the thin air. We had no idea, and it's just it's an open field. There's no houses, he just disappeared. And that's that crackhead ability that he had. And yeah, he was oh my goodness, we were so mad. Him disappearing probably saved our lives. Because Corey had the only time I've ever seen him that way or whatever. He had the devil in. We're watching ESPN Sports Center on rerun at like 1 o'clock in the morning eating cereal. He had 5 o'clock basketball practice. Then he had a class after that. I had a 8 o'clock science. I'll catch it on the rebound. Studied, passed out. Play that dude. Also. So at the time, he's in college, so that would have made his siblings couldn't have been no older than 10, maybe something like that. I'd have to ask him at the time or whatever. But the simple fact, like, if it was just us, then he would have just took a regular ass whooping. He would have just had to take an ass whooping. Yeah, but for some odd reason, yeah, Corey had them dark forces in him that night. And just because of that, I was always the type, look, if my man's gonna crash out, I'm crashing out with him or whatever. Because my loyalty to my friends and my family like that, if one of us is crashing out, we all crashing out. So I was like, and I was much more impressionable then. Nicole, you see, you know me all of your life, whatever. So like, yeah, being that I'm older or whatever, you've known me all of your life, so you know how I've been and how I progressed over the years. Yeah, I would have filleted that dude that night, just because. I was really. Corey probably would have took the pool stick and cracked him up on that or whatever. But yeah, I would have. Yeah, he would have got Ginsu that night or whatever, and we'd have got back in the car. Somebody's acting up, and it's not her bedtime yet, Nick.
What is it? Your time? 9:35 right now.
Yep,
Grandparent. That's somebody else's problem.
that's true. That's one of the best things about being an uncle, to talk them up on sugar and then give them back. So
I don't do that because she's still in the same house, but you know.
yeah.
No,
But, yeah,
that's when the melatonin gummies come in handy. So
that too. But I thank y'all. I enjoy hanging out with y'all a lot. Chaga, if you ever want, you gotta come, or we gotta just have a private conversation, Chaga. Nicole, you too, but like, you know a lot of stories. Chaga, if you want to ever have a really good laugh or some hijinks that we got into when we were younger, just sit down and listen to some of the stories, like with me and Corey, or just like a bunch of my friends from college or whatever. Yeah, you would get a laugh of half of the shit that we've done in our time. Like I've been banned from gentlemen's clubs.
What?
Yeah.
Chuck, are you gonna be at New York Comic Con?
Huh?
Are you?
Say that again.
Chuck, are you going to New York Comic Con?
Nah, he's on
I
the
don't
West
think
Coast.
so. I'm in
Chaga's on the
California.
West Coast.
So
Lie.
I might take Chef's word on going to Heroes Con.
Okay.
Yeah,
Maybe.
it's always, Heroes Con is always the third weekend in June.
Yeah.
So that's more than enough time. We got a year to try to plan something out. Because I want to go next June. But like Nick's Kicks and Comics, DJ Links, Legion of Comics, and wow, why am I forgetting somebody? Who am I forgetting? Oh, Rob's Fat Stacks of Comics. They do a thing every year, Comics Curing Cancer. And they raise money. They get a booth at Heroes Con, and they get a bunch of artists to either do the cover of one of their books, or they get individual artists to do some of the interior art, and they sell it for raise money for cancer. So like a couple years ago, I donated some signed books from my collection for them to auction off to go towards it. So like, yeah, this year I want to actually go. it wasn't in the cards to go this past June, but I would like to go next year because yeah, Chaga, you would love it because what they do is on one of the nights, a bunch of the artists that are there, they do artwork the auction off on like that Saturday night, and anybody can submit their work or whatever. That's where Scotty Young, his went for like 13 grand or something like that. The book that he did,
Yeah, something like that. Yeah,
yeah,
he did the Galactus, I believe,
yeah.
right?
So I would absolutely I would love to do that. I would truly, Chaga, if you were ever to come to the East Coast, I would prefer it be for that as opposed to New York Comic Con, because New York Comic Con is
that's almost a bucket list
chaotic.
done. It is, but I would say that's like a bucket list kind of thing. Like San Diego, New York.
Yeah, it is. But I've done it enough. Like, I can honestly say, I don't think I would have been going back this year if Gabriel Dell'Otto wasn't the featured artist. Because he very rarely comes, like I said, the last time he was in the U.S. was like 14, 15 years ago.
What was the reason for that?
Choice, I guess. He never gave a reason. He did New York Comic Con about 14, 15 years ago and then never came back. I don't know why, because I wasn't tuned in at that point. But that was initially also when he first hit the scene, if I'm not mistaken, around that time. So, like, his name wasn't ringing like it is now. Like, Gabriel Dell'Otto is he is him right now, or whatever. He is him. 15, 16 years ago is not the same Dell'Otto, or whatever. The talent was still there. He was just a younger him, but I don't think that his name was like that. I mean, like 15 years ago, like Jim Lee was still the guy. So for him, like, I think it was a surprise when he came earlier this year to MegaCon in Orlando. Shit, I would have loved to have been there. And then I think when New York Comic Con started releasing the list of the artists that are attending, and his name was smack in the middle, I was like, nah, I'm there. If his name wasn't on there, I probably wouldn't be going. But as it stands, he is. Because with New York Comic Con, you have to wear like the most comfortable pair of shoes known to man, because you will be doing a lot of standing and a lot of walking.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's the same at San Diego, though. It's just the same.
That's true.
San Diego's worse. All right, that has to be worse.
Which one?
I think they'd be about the same.
San
They do
Diego.
all the big announcements at San Diego. It's like just the H Hall thing in itself has.
See, but Marvel wasn't there this year.
No.
They chose to bypass it.
Were there any big announcements at Comic-Con this year?
Not that I know of.
The only thing that I saw, it was that George Lucas was there.
Yeah. That
was it.
Yeah, I don't think Marvel or DC made any major announcements as far as pop culture is concerned, whether it was movie trailers or anything else. But like Marvel skipped it altogether.
I mean, they ain't got shit.
They're running out of shit though.
Or
they already run out of it though. But
they've just announced. Well, what I'm actually interested in that they're bringing out, other than Venom, the Venom anniversary issue, whatever issue number it is, Null is coming back.
That's a 250 again.
Yeah.
I don't know why it is a 250.
So I'm gonna be on that. And then in December, they're doing that X-Men Age of Revelation, where they're redoing the X-Men storyline. It's supposed to be like kind of like Age of Apocalypse. And yeah, I'm kind of interested in some of those books. Like Laura Kinney X-23. She takes on the Sabretooth moniker or whatever, and yeah, it's just some yeah, it's kind of like Age of Apocalypse, and I kind of like that storyline when it first came out. That and yeah, because Beast was evil. Wolverine lost an arm because Cyclops blew it off. And yeah, and Gambit and the Externals or whatever, and those storylines, I like those. So yeah, but other than that, so Nick, you got my text earlier today, right?
In reference to
Tomorrow.
Yes.
All right.
Yep.
I'll be
ready.
at first.
Yeah, I'll be ready. The well, you had actually mentioned to bring some and one, I realized Secret Wars. So I'm just excited for my guy Doom. Like it's Doom for me. Like
Wow.
Yeah, I got that.
yeah, that one.
I got that entire run.
You know what? Between that one and then it's like this one, because when you was like, things.
That's my favorite.
Yeah. When he had mentioned one of the Doom covers, like, wait, which Doom cover we talking about? Because
that's
I'm
my favorite.
Excited for Doom. I'm ready.
But that was the cover that was in Deadpool Wolverine.
Yeah, I'm ready. So I'm excited for. I'm not the biggest Fantastic Four fan, but God Doom is my guy. So I'm so ready for the Incursion event to happen.
Everybody's jumping on Fantastic Four.
Have you seen it yet, Chaga?
No, not yet. Not even Superman. So I wanted to see Superman. So this is a funny thing. I saw Karate Kid Legends.
Mm-hmm.
I really liked it. And then
I meant to see that. I never got around to it.
It's really nice. You need to watch it. And then when we came back watching that, we did the marathon. So Karate Kid 1 through 4, not the series. And then I wanted to see Superman, but my kid was like, I want to see Jurassic Park, the last one. And I went, wow. It wasn't okay. It was okay though, but yeah, I wanted to see that. And
I haven't seen it either. The thing with that was when it did whatever it did, and they put it out that Scarlett Johansson is now the top selling actress.
Yes, of all time, top selling box office. That's crazy.
But I was talking to Tony about that, and I was like, "That's not due to her talent." And I'm not saying that she's not talented.
Because Scarlett Johansson back in the day had some movies.
No, I'm saying that's more because of the movies that she was affiliated with.
Post Avengers for sure, but she did have a few.
No, from Avengers on.
Yeah.
From Avengers on. If you take away all of the Marvel movies that she's been in, she's not there.
No,
so
she's more of an independent filmmaker.
Yeah, so is it because people were flocking to go see her as a lead, or is it because the franchises that she was attached to? Jurassic Park is a franchise unto itself.
Or do we not appreciate Black Widow as much as we should? Can we just talk about that?
I like Black Widow, but it's still a Marvel franchise.
Yeah. Well, I mean, when you look at everybody on that list, though, that's the case. Outside of Samuel
Jackson, yeah.
I was about to say he just has the numbers.
Quantity. But I'm saying I can't even think of a Scarlett Johansson movie that I went to see where she was actually the lead.
Her movies ain't for you.
She's been in ensemble movies, Avengers, other than Black Widow, and she's the lead in Jurassic Park or whatever. But that's a franchise unto itself. So they could have put Scarlett Jackson in her place, and that movie would have did whatever it would have did because it's a franchise.
Yeah. It was a good movie, though. I will say Jurassic Park was pretty good.
I've yet to see it. I actually got to see it.
It's a true.
I will stick with the first one, though. Yeah. I will stick with the very first one. That's it.
Yeah.
And here's the thing: I'm not shitting on Scarlett Johansson, the actress, because I actually like her. But I'm saying those numbers are more attributed to the franchises that she's been attached to, because without those Marvel movies or whatever, she's not doing those numbers. It boosted Samuel L. Jackson's numbers or whatever. The only difference is he wasn't a part of Endgame or Infinity War like that. So the last one, I mean, he showed up at the end of Endgame during Tony's funeral or whatever, but yeah, Infinity War, was he? Yeah, he wasn't in Infinity War.
No,
he really wasn't in Endgame until the end. The two biggest movies of all time in the Marvel franchise, he wasn't even a part of. Fully.
But he was, I think he also made a lot of money with his other movies with out
absolutely.
of the franchises.
Samuel L. Jackson did numbers no matter what, and nobody will be able to take that away from him. But the two other than the Avatar movie or whatever, Endgame and Infinity War, two of the highest grossing movies of all time.
Yeah,
that he like I said, he had a spot appearance in the end during Tony's funeral. So like for him to have done the numbers that he's done without being in two of the biggest films in franchise history speaks to itself.
Damn snakes on plane.
Oh no,
that's one of the few movies that I couldn't stand.
No, I don't like that movie at all.
Yeah, that's one of the few movies I couldn't stand. Because that shit fucked me up. I didn't want to get on a plane after that. And I remember, where was I going? Right when I think I was flying to Vegas. We were I think that was around the time we had I was either flying to Vegas or Florida when that movie came out. And man, I wanted to sit Indian style in the plane because I was afraid that something was gonna bite my legs. Yeah, I couldn't. Yeah,
I forgot all about
Jackson's
that movie.
been in a bunch of movies that either you don't remember or you be like, damn, he was in it.
Yeah, just mad cameos too.
Yeah, like
Coming to America.
Yeah,
he was there.
Ass whoop.
He was in the McDowell.
On the first one.
Yep.
Yeah.
Who tried to rob him?
He tried to rob McDowell's.
Ooh, I need to watch that movie again.
Yeah, he tried to rob McDowell's. Shit, he was in Do the Right Thing. That's how far back he goes.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then he went up
He
with
was in,
after Pulp Fiction, right?
Yeah.
That's where he really
did
the good movies.
Yep. He was in Menace to Society.
Long Kiss Goodnight. That's one of my favorites. Him and Gina Davis. That was a movie.
All right, what's my favorite Samuel L. Jackson movie? Damn, he's been in so much.
Yeah, he has a lot of movies.
Should I like him in of all the movies? Him and Bernie Mac and Soulman. But I told you I like stupid comedies.
Talking about stupid comedies, did you watch the Will Ferrell that he talks in Spanish the whole movie?
No, I missed that. What was that?
Jesus, I need to check that out because to be honest,
because I still watch Will Ferrell movies like Talladega Nights. I can't, if that comes on TV or like I'll just punch it up or whatever just to watch it. Like if I'm not doing nothing and it's on, I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah, he did.
When he stabbed himself in the leg when he was arguing with Michael Clark Duncan and what's his name, because he thought he was paralyzed and they were jamming the second knife into his leg. He's like, now there's two when they try to take it out. I'm like, yo, this dude is so fucking stupid. It's funny.
Yeah, I like him in Zoolander.
Yeah.
That one I've only watched once.
Okay, I found it. So it's a 2012 movie,
Mhm.
Western comedy, and it's called Casa de Mi Padre. So
Never heard of it.
He talks Spanish the whole movie.
I'm gonna have to watch that.
I'm putting that in my little just watch notes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta
'Cause
watch.
I just
that
watched
one.
Step Brothers the other day too.
Oh God, that's a
That's
classic.
one that I can't get tired of watching either.
I haven't watched that one. The one that
You gotta watch that. Him and John C. Riley together.
Woo.
Oh my goodness, those dudes are fucking morons. They're so fucking funny.
I like when he comes out in Wedding Crashers.
Yeah, that too. Yeah.
Jesus.
Wow.
Yeah, he
I'm
starts
gonna
shouting
have to
out,
watch that.
"Mom, the meatloaf!"
Oh, Chaka, yeah, you know what? I'm gonna have to watch that shit again.
Yeah, I love
Chaka, you
that
have to
one.
watch Step Brothers. I can't believe you have not seen that movie.
I haven't seen it. You know what? I'm not. It has. Maybe I have to be on the
In the mood to watch something.
to watch Will Ferrell. Like,
That's fair because he had a whole like long run, and it was
Yeah.
like, all right. Him and Kevin Hart were like everywhere at one point. It was like
Yeah.
Twitter was putting out a whole lot of shit.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I was actually
I
yesterday.
like that
was-
movie they did together.
Oh, Sim starred in it.
I remember that. Yeah, I remember
Yeah.
Daddy's Home, but he did the other guys where they were cops. And Samuel
Oh.
L. Jackson and The Rock were in it also.
The Rock was in it.
And
Yeah.
they were the superstar cops. And I remember the funniest shit that to the end of this. The funniest part in that movie was when the robbers robbed the bank, and they were and they were called in or whatever, and Samuel L. Jackson and the robbers stay in the precinct or whatever, and they're chasing them, and they got up onto the roof, and he's like, "Yo, zip line, these guys are pros." He's like, "You thinking what I'm thinking, partner?" He was like, "Aim for the bushes," and they jumped off the fucking building and the bushes. When they landed on that, I was not expecting that shit. I'm like, these motherfuckers said aim for the fucking bushes in the city.
I remember that movie. Yeah,
And they jumped off the fucking building because they were playing one of my favorite rock and roll songs of in the movie. Foo Fighters, My Hero.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
that was playing in the backdrop of them chasing after the bad guys. And then it just ends when them two motherfuckers jumped off the building. Whatever. I'm like, yo, that shit was so fucking hilarious. It was so stupid. It was so funny.
actually, yesterday I was watching. Well, I was changing the channels, and then I saw that Kevin Hart did a small part in Ed TV or something like that.
Yo, he's been in so much shit.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden I started like checking on the internet. Like Jack Black had a lot of small parts.
Mm-hmm.
And I Know What You Did Last Summer on the second one. I
Mhm.
still know he came in there. They did a lot of small parts. And I was
Yeah.
like, wow.
What I like is Kevin Hart and Will Ferrell, like, their bread is buttered with comedy. But I like when they do serious roles also. When Kevin Hart did the movie with what's his name? What is his name?
You talking about the one where Robert Downey wasn't it Robert Downey Jr. when he was in a wheelchair? Was one
Now that wasn't Robert Downey Jr. It was
what was that movie?
what is his name?
Cranston or
He was-
something like that?
Yeah, Cranston, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember that. I saw the French version of that. There was a French version like a couple of years before.
Fight Night was dope. I like that. Chicken Man. Nick, did you see that?
No.
You didn't? Shit, you fucking got Paramount.
Actually, I don't anymore as of last week. But
Oh.
if you got it, shoot me your login.
He played Chicken Man in Fight Night. He played his ass off. I like Don Cheadle in that shit too.
I got to
But
watch it.
it was pretty good. I liked him in He did a Netflix movie where he was
With him and Wesley Snipes.
no. I saw that also, but no, he was
Pretty.
he led a crew of thieves. Kevin Hart led a crew of thieves, and his love interest in it was the chick from Loki, I think.
Gugu. I know.
What is her name?
It's like Gugu something.
No, that. Yeah. I think that's her name. She was a Renslayer.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, yeah.
Lately,
Hmm.
lately on the movie that you're talking about,
It came out a couple years ago, I think.
is that the one that they on Netflix?
Yeah, it's on Netflix.
Lift.
Yeah. That's it.
I'm checking it right now because right now I'm checking his Don't Remember Him on the 40-year-old virgin. Was he there?
Yeah. And
Yeah.
he wanted to stereo system. And what is his name? He's been the
I don't remember.
5
him.
minutes that he was in it. Because he
don't
wanted a
remember.
hookup. He wanted a hookup for a stereo system or whatever, and he got into an argument, and they were like, "Damn, should we intervene in this?" And they were like, "Nah." But it was as stupid as shit. But I like Kevin Hart when the first movie he was ever in that probably nobody ever watched was Paper Soldiers. And that was
Not
because it
even
was
heard of
done
that.
by Jay-Z and Dame Dash and Rockefeller Records.
Oh, hell to no.
The movie was fucking funny. Where him and two of his friends, they got into the breaking and entering game or whatever, where they were just robbing houses because one of their OGs had taught them how. They were just some broke kids or whatever, but then they started robbing houses themselves. And one of the houses they robbed was Jay-Z's, and they robbed him while Jay-Z was in the house in the studio recording or whatever. And the most hilarious scene was when they fucking got caught in the end, and Charlie Murphy was the cop. So they got Kevin Hart in the interrogation room, and they're trying to get him to confess, and he was like, he kept going back and forth with him. He's like, "I'm not saying shit. You're not gonna get me to sign shit." Oh, he was talking so much shit. So Charlie Murphy's partner was trying to force him to sign a confession, and he just wasn't cooperating. So Charlie started walking around the table, whatever, and he picked up a bottle of water, and he poured it onto his hands. He started rubbing his hands together and walked up to Kevin Hart and slapped the shit out of him. And they had him crying, and that's when he confessed. It was the most hilarious shit that I saw in the movie. It was fucking it. Like I said, I love dumb comedy. So like if somebody gets the shit slapped out of them, I find that hilarious. And yeah, Charlie Murphy slapped the shit out of Kevin Hart, and I could not stop laughing.
I remember one movie that I can see it all over again. There's Something About Mary.
That's a classic.
I love that movie.
I love that movie.
That was
that movie.
funny.
Yeah.
Especially when he fights with he tries to revive the dog.
Mm-hmm.
That's a funny scene. That's a funny scene.
So many great scenes in that movie. Franks and Beans.
Prom scene. Prom scene where he got his shit.
Oh yes.
Like how the fuck you do that? That shit hurt me.
No. I remember that. Jesus.
Oh man. But then there was shit like Me, Myself, and Irene.
Yeah.
I love those early Jim Carrey movies too.
Jim Carrey,
Yes.
I think, is a slightly underrated actor. Just period. His comedy, his serious roles, like he is
Me, Myself, and Irene, and Liar Liar. I
Yeah,
like both of those.
those are nice. Yes.
But going back to Kevin Hart, his first 3 comedy tours, we went and saw them live. What were they? I'm a Grown Little Man, Laugh at My Pain. Yeah, and actually, I think I saw him 4 times. I think his first 4 tours. Yeah, I went and saw him do. And people still, yeah, those some of those aged rather well. Also, they're still kind of funny.
Yeah.
Whatever. There's a lot of comedy that doesn't age over the years. Some of Kevin Hart's shit is still funny today.
I really like when he
would
hosted
talk about his dad.
Of his dad. And which one?
He would talk about when his dad was on crack, and how his dad would get his ass whooped in the street or whatever and everything. He was like, yeah, dude hit him so hard so fast. He's like, Kevin, who did that? Or something. Like, you got to watch it to be able to appreciate it. But yeah, he would when his dad would come see him in the spelling bee. The joke he told about his dad coming to visit him in the spelling bee or whatever, and he would come in sweatpants with no drawers or whatever, and he was trying to make his way through the to his seat or whatever with his stuff swinging or whatever and everything. And he was like, when it was Kevin's turn or whatever, he'd be in the crowd and be like, Kevin, spell the shit out of the words. He was, all right. Say that shit all the time. It was the most hilarious shit that you would have go watch some of his earlier ones. I'm
gonna watch it.
They were funny.
He was funny with
he
the roast.
doesn't delve into politics or whatever with his comedy. It's just it's basically his life or whatever, which makes it good to this day.
I really liked him on the roast of Tom Brady. He hosted that show.
That was amazing.
Yes.
You know what? I've only watched parts of it. I've never watched it from beginning to end.
Ooh, you gotta watch it.
Yeah.
As a football fan, you gotta watch the whole thing. The end of it is amazing. So
I'll have to go back to it. I like the when he did the he was murdering Shaq in some of his stand-ups.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he was killing Shaq. But yeah, Kevin, I mean, his thing was early on, he was in everything. Like, he flooded the market. Once he started to make a name for himself, there was no role that he didn't turn down or whatever. And he kind of watered himself down or whatever. So he had to dial back. But the moves that he's made since or whatever are like Hove type moves. So I always salute Kevin Hart because he's still funny no matter what. Like he's a
great interviewer too. He had the interview show that he has on I think it's on Peacock, where he sits down heart to heart.
Yeah.
Really great interviews.
Yeah.
He did one with The Rock. That was an absolutely amazing episode.
Which one
he did with Hove?
With John Cena. I'm sorry, he did one with John Cena. That one was a great.
John Cena is a good interview.
He is. He
was on when him and Idris Elba were on Breakfast Club a little while ago, promoting the movie that's on Amazon. John Cena is a good interview. Shit, he was good on Shannon Sharp's show.
Yeah. He's such a student of his craft and whatever he does, and that's what just like makes it great to watch Cena.
Yeah. So like I can listen to John Cena all day. Whatever, because he's eloquent in everything that he says or whatever. And he's about his business. So like I respect John Cena.
John Cena is good at comedy.
Oh, absolutely.
I've seen his movies, and Jesus, you forget that he's a wrestler.
Yeah, real quick.
Absolutely. Yeah. But I still got to see The Peacemaker, the first season.
Oh man.
I haven't.
Oh,
seen
they
it.
did at San Diego. They San Diego.
Oh, with James
they
Gunn.
previewed season 2
Yeah.
of the Peacemaker or whatever. But Nick, have you seen Superman?
No, I haven't yet. I heard it was great though. So I'm not the biggest Superman fan. Like DC is not my cup of tea especially when it comes to the movies. I like the animated DC stuff better than the movies.
So do I. Absolutely. We are lockstep. But I have 2 nieces and a nephew that gave it a 10 out of 10.
That's everybody says it jumps right
What?
to the shits, and that's what I'm here for. Like they said, there's no backstory; it just gets to.
They said, yeah,
I don't
it's
know.
the most comic book accurate Superman that they've ever put out.
When I saw Crypto in the preview, I was here for the dog. Like once they pulled that, I was like, all right, I'm gonna see it now, just because the Crypto.
I've seen it, but being that neither one of you two have seen it, like when they told me that they all 3 of them gave it a 10, and their mother even said that it was on point too. So I was like, all right, I got to check it out. And after I got out of the theater and came home, I texted them. I was like, 10 my ass. I was like, I gave it a 7 at best.
Really?
Yeah, but then what happened was, because I didn't follow Superman that much,
Yeah.
I was watching Screen Crush. And they were talking about the movie, and then I was like, oh shit, they taught me a lot that I didn't know that I thought I knew about Superman. So I had responded back to him. I was like, nah, I take it back. It wasn't a 7 or whatever. I had to or whatever, because like Screen Crush and knew that review a lot of shit that I didn't think about. But I'll tell you this, I think I did enjoy Superman, because I don't want to say it before I actually see it or whatever. I'm hoping Fantastic Four is better than Superman. So
Yeah, I'm not past 2 movies that have been like Oh, me too. But if you're gonna like go and which movies would I rather see? I'd rather see the Christopher Reeve's original, the original. Yeah, I'd rather see that.
They just can't find a decent Batman.
Whoa, now see, I don't have a problem with Ben Affleck as Batman. I just don't need to see his parents die in every damn movie. That's my beef.
I didn't have an issue with him also,
I care
and
about Martha, John, at this point.
you know who they got that's, I think I mentioned this before. You know who they got that's in the running for the next Batman? Alan Richman.
Alan Richman. Hold on, let me Google this. Who is that?
He's what's
I
his
don't know
name?
who's that.
He's on the Amazon show Jack Reacher.
Oh, wait a minute. He's already in a DC show. He's Hawkman
Is he?
on the Titans.
Hmm.
That'd be interesting. I mean, I don't know if the Titans really doing nothing. I mean, that don't mean nothing.
Well, the last movie that I remember him in was the Fast and Furious movie.
That Titan show. Okay, that's a good show. That was pretty decent, actually.
I've never seen it.
It's buried on HBO.
I like it. I like him in Reacher. He plays a very good Reacher. He be beating the brakes off of dudes on that show though. Up until this past one where he had to fight a dude that was twice his size. And Richmond is a big dude or whatever, but he was fighting a monster of a dude or whatever and everything. And I was like, God damn, how you gonna get this one off? But he had to pump him up.
He could be Batman. But
I think he could be the absolute Batman.
That's what I was thinking. Absolute Batman, because he's way too big. He's nowhere near nimble enough to be.
He's too big.
Yeah. He's a brute of a dude.
But I would stay with
he'd be.
I would stay with Christian Bale.
Be Batman.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Find a better Bane than what's his name? He played the
Hardy?
shit out of that role.
they did.
I liked him better as Bane than as Venom.
Oh yeah, I mean,
By far.
Yeah, I liked him better as Bane than as Venom. But the two greatest villain portrayals was him as Bane and what's the name? Their partners in it. Eddie Murphy,
Sure.
Pete Davidson falls for and she was at her information so that she could rob their truck or whatever, or get them to do a bigger heist or some shit like that or whatever. But yeah, I think I'm gonna have to check that shit out. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna spend the last of my vampire hours. I'm gonna watch these last 3 episodes of Wakanda. Then I'm gonna go to sleep and then get up early enough to drive to Jersey tomorrow. So I figure I get up at. The worst thing is as an adult, and hell, as a cop from a college student, a young adult into adulthood, is when you look at the clock and be like, all right, if I can be asleep by this time, then I know I can get at least like 5-6 hours in and I'll be good or whatever. But if I go to sleep past this time, I might be hurting. So when I'm looking, I'm like, I plan on getting up tomorrow at 7 so I could be out by 8. So I could be in Jersey by like 9 or whatever. But I might do 7:30 so I could be out by 8:30 and be in Jersey by 9:30. So I'm playing with the math in my head or whatever, and I only got a handful of days left because August 11th will be here before I even know it.
Yeah.
So I got to get these last couple of days of being a vampire out of my system.
How long are the episodes?
Like 30-something minutes a piece.
That's not bad though.
Yeah, it's about, I think the first episode was like, I think it was listed at like 32 minutes or some shit like that. So you're looking at anywhere between 30 to 40 minutes. So I can punch those out or whatever. I'm like, look, if I get to sleep by 1, I'll be good. I'll be good. Because I did something today that I haven't done in damn near a couple years. I fucking took a nap.
Uh-oh.
First of all, you should be taking more naps.
I
Naps
should.
are lucky.
See, but the thing is, when they say taking naps, those aren't my naps. If I take a nap, it's going to be a couple hours.
Yeah,
That's
me
what
too.
I consider. If I was, I'm probably, unless I say love that life. If I was a million in amount of time to be able to do it, Tuesday. So Monday night, I go to sleep around 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. Let's just say that. Go to sleep around 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. I'll wake up around 10. Take a shower, get dressed, do everything, eat. Around 11:30, I'm playing video games. 11:30, I'm playing video games, and right now I'm playing games that I haven't played in a while. So, like currently, right now, I'm playing Metal Gear Solid 5.
Wow.
So I'll go back and forth between that and I'll do a little bit of college football. So I'm trying to get myself ready to bust my nephew ass when he comes home from school. So what I'll do is I'll play video games from like 11:30 to like 2. Grab me something to eat really quick. And in the back of my head, I'm like, I know I got some shit that I got to do or I need to do. But the PlayStation just be calling me. So I go back down and I'll play this shit. I'll play this shit for a few more hours. And next thing I know, it's like 6, 7 o'clock. I'm like, damn, where the fuck did my day go? Or whatever. I was like, my day went to my television watching me play it or whatever. So then I'll turn it off, turn the TV on, watch some shit, watch some more shit, watch some more shit. And then 1 o'clock hits. I go right the fuck back to bed. And then just wash, rinse, repeat. And like what I'll do is I'll mix in laundry. I'm mixing dishes or whatever, or it's gotten to the point where like technically if I only got to leave my spot twice a week, Wednesdays and Sundays. Wednesday when new comic book day hits or whatever, if I really got to get to the shop or whatever, and that's ever so often or whatever, because sometimes I'll just, the books on my pull list, I'll just let them shit stack up for a couple weeks or whatever, and then just clear the shit out or whatever. It's just like the ones on my pull list, they don't come out every week. Like Batman comes out once a month. Venom comes out once a month. So it's not like I got to go there every Wednesday or something unless there's actually books that I really want. And then Sunday when the new sale started at the supermarket to replenish what I ate all throughout the week. So Wednesdays and Sundays are the days other than tomorrow. So like, let's just say I'll put $25 of gas in my tank. That shit'll last me damn near 3 weeks because I don't fucking go nowhere during the summer. Now, I'll catch up on it on the back end once school starts because I'm going back and forth. And then I'll also be teaching at the college also. But, yeah, during the summer months or whatever, man, Nick, you know I don't do shit unless I'm coming to visit family or whatever. This year, because last year I worked summer school. This year I didn't. So I was basically a bum since the end of June up until now.
You better enjoy these last few weeks.
Watch TV and play video games.
Well, I think you have a week to go, right? Or something like that?
Yeah. But the problem is if I don't start training my body in order to get my body clock back in tune with like the school year, because during the school year, I get up around like 5:30 in the morning to get my day started. Yeah, so that's 5 hours. I'm getting up 5 hours earlier than I've been used to all summer long.
Yeah.
So that's why, like, when I was saying much earlier in the thing, when Nick would text me at 2-3 o'clock in the morning when I'm trying to sleep or whatever, I started returning the favor. So I start texting her at 3-4 o'clock in the morning. It's like, ha, 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 ha. And having the shit, it wasn't nothing important. I was just fucking with her because I know she works from home. So yeah. I was just fucking with her. Whatever. Like I can only do that to her. And like I could do it to my cousin Bobby, but if I do it to him, I'm being an asshole. Because he did it to me. When I yell at him, he's like, yo, go the fuck to sleep. But like I'm just being a petty asshole when I do it to her. Like this is what I'm actually planning. Last weekend I went with my mom and my granddad to PA for last weekend. We went to this place, Nick. It's called what the fuck is the name? It's in Lancaster. So we're in Amish country. What the fuck is the name of this restaurant? Oh, Shady Maple Smorgasbord. So we go there Friday night for the dinner buffet, the all-you-can-eat dinner buffet. And then Lil and Chance go back to Jersey. Saturday morning, we go to the breakfast buffet. The dinner buffet, it was hitting. The problem is, and I watched some YouTube of these foodies or whatever, and the first thing they said is when you go to visit, because it's the largest buffet in the US, because there aren't that many left. So they were saying, before you put anything on your plate, circle it. Look at everything that they have to offer. And then you spin back around and then decide on what you're going to put on your plate. I ignored everything that they said. I walked in there as soon as we got our seat. I walked in there and I saw all this shit. I just grabbed the plate and I was like, yo, give me this, give me this. I didn't even finish the shit that I got because I was just being long-eyed and greedy. I was like, I want to try this, I want to try this. And the usual suspects on my dinner palette. So I'm sitting there just thumping shit or whatever just because. And it was all right. Everything, like, you can ask any of us that went there, Nick, like, ask your aunt, ask your cousin. How did they like the dinner? Ask either of your aunts. But then, when we did breakfast the next day, I text Lil after I made my first plate, and I told her I'm in breakfast heaven. Because I'm a breakfast person. I mean, dinner's all fine and good. No, but I'm a breakfast person. So, man, I was murdering some shit. And I think I ate and I'm so ashamed to say this shit. I think I ate 2 or 3 pounds of bacon alone. I was fucking the bacon. I'm so ashamed to say it, but I had French toast. So I gotta chase that with some bacon. And I was just making sandwiches or whatever. Like I would go and get some plain bagels or whatever and just make sandwiches out of that, but I would load it up with bacon. Then I get pancakes or whatever. And they make the pancakes for you. You gotta stay in line, but with any type of toppings like chocolate chips, bananas, or anything. So I was like, yo, just let me just get 2 buttermilk pancakes. Then I go get some more bacon and I just pile that shit on. So I'm just sitting there, man. I ate so much shit for breakfast that I really didn't have to eat anything else for the rest of the day. Because I think I texted you and the girls. I was like, yo, y'all gotta pray for me because I'm hurting. Whatever. But it was the best hurting that I ever had because the shit was so fucking phenomenal. They do not play when it comes to their food. I mean, everything is fucking fresh and oh my goodness. So what I'm trying to do is my mom actually wants to go back in a few weeks or whatever. She's trying to figure out a time to rent because the place where we stayed was so fucking beautiful. But you're in farmland country. So I mean it's quiet because the Amish they shun technology. So there's not many cars except for the tourists or whatever, but there's a gang of horse and buggies because they travel by horse if they're not walking. So it's so quiet there. The only thing that you got to deal with are the insects because you're in farmland country and you're in horses. So that means either shit or flies. So, I mean, if you get and it's not really that much shit because all of the horses, they have like these whatever, I don't want to call them diapers, but the shit doesn't hit the ground. It just collects in this thing on the carriages or whatever as they're going to and from or whatever. But the flies, man, them flies do not play no fucking games. And they will bother the shit out of you. Like, you got to hurry up and get in wherever you're staying. You got to hurry up and get in and close the door. Because if you leave it open for a handful of seconds, man, you're going to be killing flies all fucking day. But I'll put up with the flies because the place was so nice and the food was fucking phenomenal. So she's trying to go back and do another family outing, whatever. So my thought process was rounding up a few cousins, and instead of just going there for a couple of days, we just go there one Saturday morning. I mean, it's only from me, it's only an hour and 10-minute drive. So, I mean, we're still young enough or whatever where we can all hop in 1 or 2 cars and just drive there, eat breakfast or whatever, and then just have you're gonna need a designated driver. And I don't mean that for somebody that drinks alcohol or whatever. I'll just throw out some names. Me, you, Chauncey. I'll say Sabria, Jayla, and Tristan. Just whatever. I'm going to tell you now, I'm going to overeat to the point where I'm not going to want to drive. I'll drive there. I'm not driving back.
Yeah, that'd be the
I'll
problem.
be in the backseat comatose. So we're going to have to need somebody that can drive, that knows their limit when it comes to eating breakfast or whatever. And that eliminates 3 of the people that I named. So then that only leaves you, because Chaga, we have a cousin. I love, he's one of the 2 that I love and I like just as much as Nicole. But I'll be damned if I ever get in a car that he's driving. Because him and car accidents are like peanut butter and jelly. That boy knows how to fuck a car up. And half of the time it's his own doing. And even when it's not his doing, he's just like a magnet for it. Because he was in one a week prior to 2 weeks ago. And he was at a fucking red light and a car ran a red light and hit him head on. So I'm like, either he's causing the car accident or the car accident just fucking finds him. So as much as I love him, or whatever, I would never, and to this day, I have never been in a car where he was behind the wheel.
Really?
I
Okay.
refuse to. I've never done it. And I refuse to. And I think I've told him this. And I don't know if he ever watches any of the videos. Chance, I love you like cooked food. I would never be in a car where you're driving. I would absolutely, because I don't drink, so I'll never be drunk. I would have to be drunk for him to drive me anywhere. Because I'm not doing it, Chaga. I am not doing it. So we were to do that, Nick, you would have to be the designated driver. Designated driver. Because it will not be Chauncey. So if you ever watch this,
he's, you know, he is a stereotypical, like when people say like road rage or Jersey driver, unfortunately, like he checks those boxes.
Yeah.
Wow.
Majority of the time. It's just him and Carmo's unlucky individual. I don't think he's ever been, it wasn't because of drunk driving or anything or whatever. It's just sometimes, especially when he was younger, he had like a heavy foot or whatever. But it's just like,
yeah,
dumbass luck. He has dumb fucking luck when it comes to cars. Like he will fuck a car up in a moment's notice. And like I said, and it's not like he tries to, it's just some people are like, they're just cursed when it comes to it. And my guy is he's cursed when it comes to it. I love Chance. Chance, you know I love you. I should text his ass right now and be like, yo, sorry I'm shitting on you like this. You're not here to defend yourself or whatever. But he knows I fucks with Chance heavy or whatever. That is my man or whatever. And that's my little cousin, and I love him to death. But yeah, Chance, I will never be a passenger in a car. I'd rather walk. If I gotta walk from Jersey to Delaware, then I'll be taking ass or shit. Or I don't even do Uber or anything like that. I'll be an Ubering motherfucker before I let yeah. So yeah, I can't do it, Chaga. And Nick, you know that. Because I say that shit all the time. Nah, it ain't gonna be me. It's not gonna be me.
Oh, show.
So, you guys got anything else to add before I go watch the rest of this Eyes of Wakanda? This is the longest one that I've done. We shot an hour longer than any video I've ever done.
Yep.
I did pull out one book because I wanted to see if you had actually had it. If you had ended up picking it up. Did you ever get
Okay, before all right. Oh yeah, I got that shit.
Okay.
Hell yeah. You know how I gets down with The Walking Dead. That's another run that I'm trying to complete. I'll never be able to get issue number 1. I'll never be able to get that one, and the first appearance of Michonne are probably the 2 hardest ones to get. I mean, the Michonne is probably easier to get than issue number 1. If I wanted issue number 1 in like a high grade,
yeah, that's gotta be a disrespectful price.
so I'm so thankful that with the Miles Morales book, it was a perfect storm. Yeah, something around that time, like 2020, which is right around the height of that system. Miles Morales.
Yep.
So that book, the day before Sony announced that Miles Morales was going to be one of the first games for the PlayStation 5, you could have got that book for like $300-400, something along those lines. The day after they made that announcement, the day after, that book jumped from like $300 to like $2,000 in no time, in less than 24 hours time. So now you're looking at a 9.8 Ultimate Fallout 4 or Ultimate, is it 4 or 15? Ultimate Fallout 4, whatever, the first Miles Morales in a 9.8. You're looking at like 4 or 5. Some of those books were selling for like $4 or $5,000. Now you'll be able to get that same 9.8 for like much less than $1,000. The market corrected itself or whatever, but I said COVID and Sony were the reason why that book jumped the way it did immediately. Because that book came out in 2003. If I'm not mistaken. Yeah. That book came out in 2003. And I had stopped collecting at that time. See, and if I knew then what I know now, that book I would have loaded up on. I would have loaded up years later on Something Is Killing the Children. But I would have loaded up on that book just to sell it and try to flip it. Because that Something Is Killing the Children, number 1, when the owner of one of the shops that I went to, when it first dropped, and she asked me, she was like, yo, you might be interested in this. And I looked at it and it was like, nah, I'm good. Or whatever. I was like, I'm just here to pick up my Wolverine books and stuff like that. She was like, you sure you don't want to get a copy? I was like, nah, I'm good. Hindsight being 2020, I would have told her, yo, give me all of them. And I would have got damn near all of them graded, and I would have sold every single one of them. Bought it at cover price, and I would have been able to flip every single one of them for like $100 easily at minimum or whatever. Wow. Shit, man. But Something Is Killing the Children, I've said it before, that is probably one of my biggest regrets of not buying that book, because I'm not a speculator. I just buy the shit, read the shit or whatever. I didn't think about grading books or anything like that until COVID. I was just buying the shit to read them. The first book I ever got graded was Thor, when Jane Foster became Thor. Mm-hmm. That was probably one of the best lines, 40-something minutes before she was set to start signing. And then when she decided, then they moved her from New York Comic Con to Midtown Comics, because she was still in her feeling. Back to the States since.
No, she went after the incident. She went to Comic Con San Diego.
Did she?
But
San Diego was before New York.
No, but she went back, and I believe.
Well, she's never been back to New York since then.
Maybe, but
yeah. So the best
she
thing
was selling tickets back then in San Diego Comic Con.
Yeah. So the best thing that happened for the people that were actually waiting in line, when they canceled and they gave out this Daredevil right over this one right here. I don't know how well you can see it. I don't feel like pulling it off. They were giving that out for free. So they gave me and my aunt one. I got this one graded, and I still have hers. She gave me hers. I got to get that graded. And We got it for free, and when I cataloged it or whatever, and I'm every so often I update the values of the books in my collection, and June 1st. Yeah, I updated it on June 1st at that time. I've updated it since then, but on June 1st, I updated it, and it went from the raw and the graded one. Didn't even crack the top 15 in value of the books in my collection, whether raw and graded. And on June 1st, the raw, for some odd reason, was always greater in value than the graded one. But when June hit and I just updated it just out of the blue, that shit went from one of my top 15 to one of my top 4, both of them. So it went from, at the time, the graded one was at like a $90 value, and the raw one was like $110. June 1st, they both shot past the $400 mark. And then it came back down. But I'm about to tell you it's valued at $450.
Damn.
The raw one is $213. Did in that line.
That one,
Didn't get her to sign any books. Boy, she was just gonna keep it or whatever. But I asked her, I was like, I remember months ago when I went by her house, I was like, where's your copy of it at? And she's like, here, take it. Or whatever. So I was like, all right, cool. I'm about to get it graded. And now I got no choice, because if that comes back like a 9.6 or 9.8, that's $400. That's a $400 book. Now, mind you, you're not going to get the true value, because you're always going to have to cut a deal for somebody. But the simple fact that it's a $400 book currently, whatever. And I wouldn't do family like that, so I'd give her the 9.6 if that one came in a 9.8. I'd do it. I mean, because if you think about it, Nick, think about it like this: a 9.6 or a 9.8. Does it matter if both of them were free?
No.
So yeah. Plus, I'm the one that's paying to get it graded and shipping it there and shipping it back or whatever. I think if it comes back a 9.8, I think I deserve that 9.8. She can have the 9.6. Basically, no difference between the two. Love you, Lil, if you ever watch this. So, all right, y'all. I wanna. Damn, we did damn near 3 hours. If we stuck on for like 11 more minutes, it would be 3 hours. But Chaga, well, it's easier for you because it's like 8 o'clock there for you?
Yeah, 7:50.
It's going on 11 for us.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm on Vampire, so I could chop Chaga forever in a day. But due to the fact that I'm getting up between 7 or 8 to go chill with my my cousin and my nieces tomorrow, I'm going to cut this off. But I thank y'all for hanging out on my first live one or whatever. So it's gonna get better. Like I said, I'm gonna start giving away some shit.
Hey.
And everything else or whatever. But Nick, I will see you tomorrow morning.
Yep.
Chaga, whenever you want to do another one, man, you just let me know. I'm going to try to pump out, whether it doesn't have to be live, but I'm going to try to pump out a few more before I go back to school.
Yeah, let me know. I'll jump in now. I always have fun.
Yeah. So, and then, oh yeah, and you got that Miles Morales Delato book that you've been sitting on.
Yes, I'm gonna send you a picture of it.
Yeah, because to this day I still can't think of what book that is. Like, I don't remember the cover.
It's a different Delato. It's not the picture of it. Yeah.
Yeah, and then just let me know when you want to. I
Yes,
think
I'll let you
I
know.
think CGC might be at New York Comic Con because they've been hitting up all of the major from Heroes Con. I think they did San Diego where they were grading
They
on
did.
site. So they're absolutely the lines are ridiculously long. And then
Yeah, it
on
takes
top
a lot
of
of time.
you're paying extra for the fact that you're supposed to get your books back before the convention ends. So if you submit them on a Thursday, you're supposed to get them by the end of the convention.
What?
Technically,
That fast?
they got pressing stations set up there too, or whatever. Where I'm sitting here like that's not possible for somebody to get their books clean and pressed and graded in a 2-3 day span.
Mm-mm.
So,
Really, it's a few hours if you think about it. Once that backlog starts, that's a few hours.
yeah, because I'm sitting here thinking like, I mean, yeah, they have the capability of pressing multiple books at a time, as opposed to like because I can only press one book at a time. Technically, I can only press one book at a time. You're looking at one book 8 hours minimum, 10 hours minimum for one book because you're doing both sides. So you gotta press one side, let it cool, whatever. I mean, depending on the process, like different people do different. It takes different times, different temperatures, whatever people's preferences are in the type of presses that they use. But like for one book, I'll do a book in it's like 8 hours per side for me.
Oh wow.
Even though like the pressing itself isn't longer than a minute. Like when you heat your press up and you press the book, you're only keeping it under the heat for a minute and some change maximum, and then you're turning it off. But you got to let it sit there and cool itself down, and you have to let it sit because if you just take it out and just let it be, it's going to revert back to the way it was before you even pressed it. So then you're going to have to do it again. So you do it for a minute or something at like depending on about 140, 145 degrees, something like that. Whatever, depending on the age of the book and the material. And then you got to let it sit, and then you flip it over and you start the process again. So you're looking at 8, 10, 12 hours per book. So if you only got one press, you're probably there's ways you could do multiple books at a time, but that means you're taking it out of the press and you're putting it underneath something to let it keeping the pressure on. Whatever. There's different mechanisms that you can use so that you can press a book for a minute and then like take it out and put it underneath something that's keeping the weight on it or whatever and everything like that. There's ways of doing that, but there's ways around it or whatever. Like some people, what they'll do is they'll put it in between, they'll press the book and put it in between two thick books like the size of like dictionaries or whatever, and then they'll put like a 5 or 10 pound weight on top of it or whatever and let it cool down and do that. I've seen people do that. To each his own. But yeah, for them to be able to press a book and then have it graded in like 3 days time or whatever, and you're talking about lines that are like 2 hours long, and nobody's just submitting just one book. You're like, yeah, I want this one pressed and graded or whatever. Nah, people are doing like 10, 15, 20 plus books or whatever. There's absolutely no way they can fulfill everybody's order to have all that shit graded in enough time. They don't employ enough people to go to those conventions to be able to do that shit. So
No, it's almost impossible.
I would rather just submit the shit the normal way as opposed to going to a convention and waiting in that line. And then hopefully I get my books. But are they really gonna graded with the same care that they would if they're doing it if you're submitting them in the Florida, because now they're on an expedited schedule. We got to get these shits out so that we can fulfill everybody's order to have them by the. So are they gonna fuck up a grade?
Nah, somebody's math ain't math, and it's that turnaround time that they giving for Florida ain't real. That's the real story.
Yeah, because Now, mind you, the turnaround time has significantly improved since like Chaga. You remember when I was submitting books for us years on top of years ago?
Yeah.
We're looking at a turnaround time of about 3 to 6 months.
Yep.
Or whatever. Some people weren't getting their books back for like a year, and that was like with me. Like I was never submitting more than like 4 or 5 books at a time at maximum. But some of these people were submitting like 25 books or whatever, but they were also having them pre-screened. I was just submitting them in whatever grade came back, whatever. But even that was taking like 6 months.
Yeah, I was taking a lot of time.
Yeah. So I mean, because they didn't hire enough people, and on top of the fact that it was only them in PGX or whatever, or no CSBC or whatever. At the time.
CBCS.
Yeah. So, but everybody, no matter what, everybody was sending this shit to CGC because they had a greater return on their books than the other 2 competitors or whatever. A 9.8 in the CGC is worth more than a 9.8 of the exact same book in a competitor. It is what it is. So yeah. But I don't see how the hell they expect to fulfill all of those. And some people, a lot of people did get theirs back, and they were absolutely happy with. Everybody's happy when you get a 9.8.
Yep.
What if it is a the crazy 9.9s? If it's a 9.9, it's a 10. You should just go straight to the 10.
Yeah, you're right on that.
Yeah, because that makes absolutely no sense in my opinion. Yo, just give me the 10 and keep it moving.
You know what? I think you need to find some person at CGC to get on the podcast at some point. We got questions.
They've done like the top guy in CGC has done a bunch of different people's podcasts or whatever. He never do mine because, like I said, we're only seven episodes in.
You don't say that. I don't mean that.
I would love to have more just to talk to him about it or whatever, but like, yeah, we're not. He would do somebody like actually, I think he sat down with Ramon once, Chaga.
Yeah, he did.
So like you got to be on his level or like a Comic Tom or somebody along those lines whose online presence is massive.
Yeah,
whatever.
He did also an interview with Elite.
Yeah, but Elite has like a cult like following.
Yeah,
they have a massive following on top of the fact like, yeah, you see some of the books that they be offering up. I mean, the major keys.
Yes.
Like you won't find a book less than $500 that they're putting up.
Oh wow.
Minimum or whatever, because I keep getting the notifications from them on Instagram or whatever of all these books that they're putting up, and you know, those are books that like I would love to have if the finances dictated it. But yeah, like some of those books, and I can't afford half of that shit that they not at this time. I mean, short of me robbing a bank or becoming Pablo Escobar or some shit. Yeah. Like I said, I either gotta rob a bank, win the lottery, or import cocaine.
All right, now don't get shadow banned before we get big.
little by little.
No, truthfully, in order,
I'm just watching.
those are one of the only three ways. One of the only three ways you can enhance your own personal collection with books that are all a part of your grail or whatever. Because like they said, you try to get the comics, use the comics to get comics or whatever and everything. I don't buy, sell, or trade amongst enough people to be able to get some of the books that are offered or whatever. Like, I know in my lifetime I'm never gonna get a Amazing Fantasy 15, the first ever Spider-Man, even in the lowest of grades. I know because look, a 1.5 is damn near like 10 grand, some shit like that. Or whatever. I know I'm never gonna get that. I'm never gonna get the first ever Superman. I know I'm never gonna hell. I don't think I'm ever gonna own a Hulk 181. I don't think I'm ever gonna own an Amazing Spider-Man first Kingpin or the first Punisher. I'm probably, like I said, one of those three ways are probably the only way I'm gonna, and only one of them's legal. I have to win the lottery. The other two, I'm facing jail time or life in prison, if not death, or whatever. So it is what it is.
I ain't telling nobody hit the lottery, but there will be signs.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I say that shit all. Yeah, I absolutely believe it.
Like, she got a card kitted out with Spider-Man on it. You damn right.
No, the one dude that posted. The one dude that posted on social media, like his sign would be that he was a Grayskull.
Word.
But his is Grayskull or whatever. He's like, that'll be the sign or whatever. I was like, yo, you got that off. For me to see from me for a while. And I'm gonna just appear out of the blue. And that's when you'll know. Like if I cut off all communication that can, money will fuck a family up quicker than anything. And Jay-Z said it a while ago. And it's true in business, it's true in friendship, it's true in a lot of forms of life. He said the people that have issue with him, it's not because of what he did to them. It's because of what he didn't do for them. And that shit right there is yeah. Because I'll put like, fuck is Nicki Minaj's beef with him? Him and Beyonce. That shit doesn't make any sense. Or whatever. And it stems to like, her first issue was she's saying he owes her like $100 million. Now this stems from when Hov started Tidal and he was giving artists part ownership of Tidal or whatever. So the story was supposed to be he gave her like 3% ownership in Tidal among other artists. Like he gave it. It wasn't like they had to purchase that ownership. He was gifting it to them. So when he sold Tidal, when he did, the percentage of his ownership brought him back approximately 200 million. How the fuck is his ownership, and he has majority ownership of it, worth 200 million, and her 3% is worth 100 million? That math isn't mathing. But what's his name? I think Steve Stout said on Ryan Clark's podcast when he was addressing it, he was like, Nicki should have no problem with Jay. She never signed off of Tidal. For her you have an issue with somebody else. It isn't valued at 300 million, especially when he was given. Now, come on, man, that shit don't make no sense. So for her to wage war on him and his wife, and I was talking to Tony, Aaron, and Corey about this prior. She's about one step away. Well, she's in the process of being blackballed in the music industry. And surpass her. I've never liked Nicki's music anyway. I've never liked social media when he's slow.
Well, it's been put out there that he's possibly autistic, and it's Jay-Z and them have the right to cut him off after that. First off, like why are you talking about our kids?
Exactly, because they're not fair game. Nicki's the type that will take it 2 steps further than Kanye or whatever. Now, if she ever detonates that nuclear button, oh, it's going to be a wrap for her. And there ain't nobody that's going to be able to save her ass. Let her commit the one mortal crime or whatever and bring their kids into whatever beef that she has with them. No, you think that man has power over the music industry now or whatever. I've referred back. Look, I don't got one gun on me. Got a gun on me and get you spun like laundry. And I'll be somewhere under palm trees calmly listening to R&B when we get the call. She's no longer with us or whatever. She's getting dangerously close to that or whatever. So I'm sitting here like, yo, what the fuck is her problem? On top of the fact, like I said, she's no longer significant in music anymore.
Yeah, she hasn't done anything.
Nicki Minaj
right?
album?
No.
I never was anyway. Or whatever. And then Wayne fucked his shit up with that last album, which was absolutely garbage. But we talked about Nick, go back and watch that last episode and we mentioned we did a lot. Kendrick made God tier. What do we do with Ab Soul? I forget where we rated Ab Soul.
Definitely not high enough, I'll tell you that.
Okay, so where would you have put him?
I don't know where y'all put. Oh, where I'm gonna put him? I'm giving him 3 to 4 bars.
3, 4 microphones.
3 at minimum.
So that means.
So he said high was 5, right? He said 5, 4.
5 was God tier. 4 was legend.
I'm putting him at 3.
3 was nice.
I'm only putting him at 3 just because of his inability to do what Kendrick can do with completing a whole album. Like, I think he's the best rapper on TD.
Oh, really?
The best bars. If I got to pick a weakest link, I'm picking J Rock, and that's
because there's so many that we could have gotten to that we just couldn't have enough time to. So he wasn't included. So where would you put
he's got like 2 Grammys?
Badass.
I haven't listened enough of Joey's music to really probably even to.
We put him at. I think we put him at 3 also. I think we put him at 3. So where would you put? There's a handful like Nas, Big, and then we had a discussion on Tupac. Did he deserve legend or God tier status? Because I can't put him in God tier. And I explained that or whatever, but I think Nas, Big, Black Thought, and only I think Kendrick and a couple others only made God tier. No, I think we had Kendrick. We had him 1 foot in legendary, 1 foot in God tier. Him and Beanie Siegel were the 2 that straddled it, in our opinion. What we came to a consensus on. They were one of the few that.
Where did y'all put J. Cole?
I think we put him at legend.
All right. I mean, if you putting Kendrick 1 foot in, 1 foot, I'm at least putting J. Cole 1 foot, 4 toes. Like,
where did we put J. Cole? I want to say we did put him in legend, but I think we may have included him with 1 foot in, 1 foot out also.
That's fair.
I think him, Kendrick, and I'm pretty sure it was Beanie Siegel. Yeah, those were. Oh no. Yo, and I think Jadakiss. Either we put Jadakiss at God tier or we put him in 1 foot in, 1 foot out. I can't put him anything beneath. We talked about that. You've never heard a garbage verse out of Jadakiss in his entire career. He's one of the few that you could say that about. But there wasn't that other. I think Rakim made God tier. And then, like I said, Jay-Z was the one above all. So I don't even know where we put Eminem. I don't know if we put him in legend or God tier.
I feel like he got to be God tier.
I don't
I feel
know.
like Eminem's there.
As talented as he was, a lot of his first few albums weren't that. It was more gimmicky or whatever.
His
that
storytelling ability, though.
That
His
crazy
ability-
white guy shit or
But his
whatever. Like,
ability to tell a complete story through an album is what M does well. Like he can tell a story. Well.
Yeah, he can, but I mean, like, his first
And then
thing
you
ever
gotta-
was "My Name Is," where he's talking about shoving nails through his eyelids.
I mean, listen.
If that ain't some crazy white boy shit, if that's not some crazy white boy shit.
And we was banging the hell out of it.
Oh no, I wasn't.
Repeat.
I wasn't.
I was.
I remember when we were in college, and me and Corey probably remember this also. There was this old head there. His name was Trevor. And he came to our apartment one night or whatever. This was right around the time Eminem's album dropped. And he asked somebody in our room, he was like, yo, you probably got the Eminem album, right? And the dude was like, yeah, you know it or whatever. He's like, but you probably don't have the MOP album. And the dude thought about it because I think they dropped around the same time. He's like, you probably don't even have the MOP album. And dude was like, nah. He's like, all right, so I see where you are. Now, this is one black dude talking to another black dude. In regard, he's like, you go get Eminem's album, but you won't support MOP. And the moment he said that or whatever, I forget the rest of the conversation from that point. But I kind of saw where he was going with it, to the point where, like, I never bought an Eminem album. I've listened to it or whatever, but I've never bought an Eminem album. And as much as he killed Jay-Z on Renegade, I'll admit this to this day. When they were on that album together, he's shown greater on that album than Jay did, or whatever. So, like, the lyrical talent has always been there. That's never been at debate.
It's what
Some of the content that he talks about.
Him and Royce put out a bunch of stuff together. And that's where the scale tips for me. Because when you got Eminem and Royce together, like their whole
The first album I ever heard of Royce was when Bad Meets Evil.
that right there. That album that's great. Like, but
Yeah.
any of them features with anything with
But I think Royce went back and forth with him.
yeah, Royce is amazing. Like, I think that's somebody we don't talk enough about.
I think we put him in legendary status.
Yeah.
See, but what we did was our criteria had nothing to do with album sales. It was just strictly skills, lyrical ability. That was just the basis of the whole conversation. So there's a lot of dudes that made that rated as high whose albums didn't sell.
Okay.
So my thing with Tupac was people never really considered Tupac a legend until after he was killed. And I'm old enough, the gift and the curse of it is I'm old enough to remember when him and Big got killed. And at that time, like, nobody was, well, especially, and he's an East Coast dude. But when he was running around with Digital Underground, nobody really cared about Tupac's music like that. even early on when he joined up with Death Row, that's when he started creating a buzz, but it was negative because he was leading the charge against the West Coast and the East Coast or whatever. So like his whole persona and style changed when he went from Digital Underground to Death Row or whatever. And then on top of that, the ongoing story was his personal life and all of the stuff that he was doing leading up to his death. He wasn't doing any of that. He wasn't acting that way until he filmed the movie Juice. And then he took that character that who was he, Bishop or whatever his character's name in Juice, he carried that over into his real life. So he started acting like that crazy individual that he portrayed in Juice at the time. His albums never really sold like that until he was gone. Once he left the world, and the saying is so true or whatever, you're more appreciated posthumously than you are when you're here. Big was almost the same way also. Like he only released 2 albums.
Mhm.
He only released 2 albums. But like Pac's albums, the difference between the two is Pac was the equivalent of Prince. He had so much material that he had in the vaults or whatever that after he was gone, he would have been able to release a bunch of albums with all new material. He would have just had to get different production because he stayed in the studio that much. Big wasn't like that or whatever. But like now Pac, to the best of my recollection, Pac was never thought of the way he is now when he was alive. He was never thought of that way, especially with the East, with him and Bad Boy going back and forth. That's when people started to really take notice. But he wasn't on no legendary level at that point in time. There was so many other artists that were thought of much higher than he was at that time. And then he gets killed. And the level of his popularity, because now it's blasphemous to talk bad about him. Whatever, but his popularity shot the moment he was killed.
Yep.
But that's just my take on it. But he could be alive to this day. He would have ascended to those heights. Only Lord knows that or whatever. Would he have ever equaled Hove status, Black Thought status, Kendrick Lamar status? No one knows. We didn't include Dr. Dre in any of it either. He's not a rapper, and that's one of my biggest pet peeves. When people do these rankings of all-time greatest rappers and they include him in it, or whatever, or they do these NCAA tournament style elimination
Brackets.
or whatever, the brackets or whatever, and he's one of the dudes in it. I'm like, nah, he can't be. Producer, that's one thing or whatever, and everybody argue, but he made the Chronic. Yeah, he made the Chronic, and not one of the verses on that he wrote himself. You can't be considered a MC if you don't write your own rhymes. So that eliminates him. That eliminated Diddy. Technically, truthfully, that kind of eliminates Lil' Kim. It eliminated Jermaine Dupri. But I never considered any of them rappers anyway. Whatever. If Jadakiss is writing some of your best bars, you're not a rapper. If Jay had to come in and save you and Snoop, because you guys Snoop was having a mental block and he couldn't do the song or whatever, and you had to fly Jay in and he wrote both of y'all parts, you're not a rapper. You're just a producer portraying a rapper. So I don't know why they always try to include Dr. Dre as a rapper in it or whatever. And then the thing that the topic that was Kanye West. because a lot of dudes wrote for him, but I think he wrote some of his own stuff. But like Sci-Hi the Prince wrote a lot of Kanye's bars, and a couple other individuals. So I don't know if we could include him in that. But so some of us disagree. But Nick, yeah, you should check it out. I was sitting here and I told them, I was like, this is probably the one conversation that my cousin would have loved to have been a part of. I said, if we would have did it on a Saturday instead of a Wednesday, or even a Friday night instead of a Wednesday night, then she would have been in it or whatever, especially when we got to the topic of TDE. I was like, then yeah, she would have came in here to show her whole ass or whatever. But like, yeah. But all right, let me let y'all go because Nick. All right, here we go. All right, 11:30. So if I watch these 3 episodes,
you got 2 episodes. You get you 2 episodes and take your ass to bed.
No, here's the thing.
Yeah.
I got Disney Plus on my iPad, so I can watch it in bed.
I
Well,
think
like,
you're
I don't
gonna
have
fall
to watch
asleep at the first 10 minutes.
Yeah.
You're gonna fall asleep at the first 10 minutes.
Yeah, Chuck, you're probably right.
Go ahead and get comfy. All right.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate y'all. This is the longest one that I've ever done. But I couldn't have done it with 2 better people or even 3 better people. Nick, even though he departed from us 2.5 hours ago.
Shit, he probably back from the
We
movies
did
now.
2.5 hours after he left. Holy shit.
Maybe we could get him back and tell us how was the movie?
Oh, absolutely. Because I'm going to link up with him because of the fact that he's going to be working Delato's booth at New York Comic Con.
Yeah.
So.
But all right, I guess I will see you in the morning.
Yes, you will, Nick.
Chuck, it was great seeing
All right.
you. Great talking with you again.
Same here. Thank
I
you for having
appreciate
me
y'all,
again.
and we got to do this again. Look, we can do it on once the 11th hits. We'll probably have to revert to Friday nights, Saturdays.
Those
But
work for me.
yeah, so I absolutely enjoy hanging out with y'all. So Nick, I will see you in the morning. Chaga, I will be talking to you shortly, my guy.
Yes. Thank
All
you
right.
for having me. I'll see you, Nicole.
All right, bye.